Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Welcome to Dig on America, where we speak truth to power. Every week, we give you the dig on how American history, policies, and media created the social and political issues we face today. DOA is independent media supported by listeners, but they'll tell you we're just fake news, deep state propaganda, funded by George Soros, the Clinton Foundation, BLM Marxists, and
the cavity
Sammy
creep.
Sosa.
The cavity creeps.
I like Sammy Sosa better. But which Sammy Sosa?
Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
It's gotta be pink Sammy Sosa.
Yo, that colorism ain't no joke. That self-hatred ain't no joke. They turned my boy Sammy out.
Man. Pink Sammy?
Pink salmon.
You look like a freshly bathed pig.
Exfoliated pig hide.
Look like a freshly scrubbed asthma hound chihuahua.
And the acne on his face didn't change color.
No.
So it's like you can see it better, Sammy. What's the problem? Yeah.
Everybody, here's a word from Digo. Digo, there you go. Dig on America.
It's a new show.
Digo, it's a Patreon only show. You guys got a $100 tier. Please learn to love yourself.
No one gets it.
Right.
Just love to learn yourself, because you honestly don't have the money to fix yourself. And even if you do, you're gonna end up looking like Sammy Sosa anyway.
There's nothing to be fixed.
You're not broken. Damn it.
You are beautiful in every single way.
He should have listened to that Del the Funky Homo Sapien song.
Can't put you down.
All right, here we go. Yay! Let's all throw $1 in this cup. All right, so welcoming everyone to Dig on America. This is
chocolate change is worth more than $1.
I just said we weren't at the $100 tier, so what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, $1. You take what you get. This is Jason Dutch. Welcome to Dig on America.
You see the overseer in him? You hear that?
How come I can't get my thumb to turn the right direction? This guy here, that guy there, this guy over here, that's Big House. The guy below me.
You can below me,
Mikey Famine, and the guy who just joined, Tim Bristol, a friend of the program.
Oh yeah, grilled cheese man,
grilled cheese himself.
Cheese man.
That delivery of succulent cheeses.
The GCM
between
himself
bread
is in the house. All right, so welcome into the show. All right, we got a really busy show tonight, so no big time guests this week, just Tim.
Wow.
Damn.
That's rude.
So because we're not doing any podcast or any candidate interviews or author interviews or whatever, we got a few different news stories to talk about, and we got a couple things to celebrate, and I have a story to tell. And I'm sure my friends on here will have some stuff too. And then and Tim's running for office.
I am a candidate. Yeah, that's right.
He's running for president of his basement, and he's going to lose to himself. No, but he is running for office, so we'll get that out of the way in a second.
Gonna let him shoot shots like that, Tim?
Yes, he is. He's going to allow me to do that. It's my white brother down there. So 5 minutes ago, I was running late, right? And
you're welcome.
That's why we started a few minutes late, and I'm running to get the show started.
Not the black people.
So So the gaslighters that I'm on the show with. So, and that reminds me, I got to bring that up too. But anyway, so I'm running back from, I run to go take a whiz real quick. And as I come back out of the bathroom, I see in the kitchen that my roommate and his girlfriend who live here are I didn't wash my hands. Hold on a bit. Are standing in the kitchen, and I see her move her dress like this and like around him. And I look over and I'm like, what the fuck's she doing? Right. I should have been cued not to look, but I looked anyway. And old boy is sitting there in the kitchen, the common area of this house, in his tidy grays. They weren't white. They were tidy whities.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like,
fall,
brother,
baby, you got to bring out the fall colors. It's time for the earth tones, the grays, the maroons.
You know, it's gray sweatpants season.
Okay, so that's not the whole. Yeah, I got him on too.
For you.
There we go.
Retirement.
You see some like, hey, there's my period.
We changing the name of the podcast to the Gray Sweatpants Crew. Ladies.
Right. Tim, show us yours. Tim has no pants.
Tim said,
He's got the boxers with the hearts on them, like the Bugs Bunny commercial.
He's got on underwears with dick holes in them.
And he wears it out. So anyway, so that to me, this is the last. I don't get mean, but I'm just like I go, come on. I got 8 pairs of jeans in here. You need a pair of jeans. Why would I say that to this guy? This isn't the first time. So I'm going to tell you what happened over the last 2 months. 2 months ago, I'm in the bathroom, and
this is gonna be great.
I finished going to the bathroom, right? And I open the door, and I'm about to walk out, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna shave real quick. So I start shaving, and the door is wide open, and around the door comes. Actually, that's the second time I'm telling this. I'm telling this story out of chronologically wrong. So
together,
the first time this happens, I open the bathroom door and I knock on the door because it's closed, and nobody says anything. I listen for a quick second. I don't hear anything. So I start opening the door.
And then knocked.
You
one of those.
I knocked on the door first. And I'm listening, like, to see if you hear noise inside of the bathroom. Because again, I live with other people.
Okay.
So nobody answers the knock. I don't hear anything. I start opening up the door slowly, just normal opening. And there is my roommate. I won't say his name, standing there.
Tim.
Just gotten out of the shower. All the glory.
Hell yeah.
And I'm like,
he had the baby leg out.
It was, and thankfully I only like took a quick silhouette glance, and I was like, fuck.
Oh, you took that glance. You took it though, didn't you?
How was I not going to? Yeah, you would do that.
You just got to inspect the goods and then walk out.
Right.
So I shut.
Did you say nice unit as you left?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Slap on the ass. Good defense out there.
Good defense.
So I shut the door. I walk back out. I go use the other bathroom. Later, I see him. I'm like, dude, you gotta lock the door when you're taking a shower, right? And he's like, yes, buddy. And I'm like, okay. So a couple weeks later is the story I'm talking about, where I use the bathroom and then I decide to shave. So I have the door wide open.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear the door next door open up, and in walks my same roommate into the bathroom while I'm standing there. I look to the right, left. He's butt naked again in the hallway. And he just was like, oh, bathrooms must be empty right now. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm just going to walk in there. No towel, no nothing. So this is 2 times. There's more. Okay.
So is this your Nigerian or
why I gotta be the Nigerian guy?
I'm just asking.
That's the only one you told.
That's the only one you've talked about.
That's the only one you told us about. What the hell?
Well, he's the only one who's home in the daytime. He works nights. All right.
So it must be this guy.
So this is the story of the naked Nigerian. Okay. So then a few days ago, right?
As the pendulum swings, a new drama
coming to you this fall
at A&E.
So then a few days ago, I'm walking to the bathroom, and as I'm walking to the bathroom, I walk past his room, and when I get about a step away from Buddy's door, the door opens again, and he walks out the room. Again,
butt naked.
This time in front of me, stark raving naked, and I'm like, so now I've got the back view, right? Like before, I had everything but the back. Now I've got the full 360 picture, and then today the underwear thing, and I'm like, this is the most dressed I've seen you, so I'm good with it. It's like, buddy, they have these funny things called clothes. Get to know it.
See how I telling the Nigerian to put clothes on?
Yep.
Look, that's his custom, bro.
Quit trying to naked shame him.
Are you making up Nigerian customs now?
I am Nigerian, motherfucker. I did my 23andMe. And yes, we do like to be nude more than the average bear. What's up? You jealous? You hating? What's up?
You're right.
I'm just mad because nobody want to see his long back.
You're right. You're right. You're exactly right. I'm the one who's wrong. I shouldn't be in the hallways. You're exactly
What are you doing in the hallways at 2 PM, dude?
Ain't you supposed to be at work?
Right.
Shit, that's what he
I
thought.
work from home, Chief. All right.
Well, you ain't know that.
Well, now that you know his naked habits, you should know that 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Hang out in the room for a while, you know?
Because he's going to be hanging out in the hallway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's naked time. 2 to 3.
Why aren't you? You know what, Dutch? This is what you do. All right. Wait for him to take a shower.
Then you
wait for him to come out. You walk in naked already. Yes. Towel over your shoulder.
Yes.
And then he'll see you naked and be like, I don't know if I really like seeing everybody else naked.
What is this?
What is this?
Why am I in the hallway? Like, is this some sort of faux pas
that
I don't know about?
You're not supposed to be.
Am I supposed to be in prayer at that time?
Probably. I don't know what your schedule is, but maybe.
Right. What are your hallway rules?
There is no rules in the hallway.
Hey, you got a hall pass while you're talking? You got a hall pass?
Do you have a hall pass for 2 o'clock? Because if you don't got a hall pass for 2 o'clock,
then you shouldn't have been in the hallway. If you ain't got no valid 2 to 3 o'clock hall pass,
you would totally think that Isla is right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you would totally think that she's right. You would have to think that she's right here. So anyway,
we got to read what Isla said.
You have to read the. All right, I'm going to train y'all up. You got to read the comment so the audio people know that we're not just psychopaths. Well, psychopaths for this reason.
Basically, she said it's suspicious that it happened 3 times. I must be looking for it. So,
yep.
You might think that's true.
With the window, with the door cracked like this.
Yeah. Just
okay.
I sit there all day waiting.
Dutch has a mirror that he slides underneath his door. And he kind of peeks.
It's like Mission Impossible. It's showtime.
Back to gaslighting again. All right, so new patron to the show.
The main event. Your naked
patron to the show.
Neighbor.
Why are you interrupting the patron? Our patron needs his time. Jay Wolf. I'm sorry, D Wolf.
Oh,
D Wolf. No,
D-Wolf.
Is the new patron to the show. I wrote a D, but it looks like I wrote a J because I was out of ink for the part of it. So thank you for the Patreon support, D Wolf.
Thank you, Wolfie.
And last thing, real quick. Last thing, real quick. So last week, you guys had Rayvon on, and
hey, Ray,
I gave you a fucking. I mean, I didn't even give you a softball, guys. I put the ball in a tee with Charlie Kirk. And you guys come back with snap one, marry one, kill one with Lando fucking Calrissian. We're supposed to make it hard. What the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to give her Ben Shapiro, Larry Elder, something like that. You got to make it hard for him, make him sweat.
We gotta conform
and you give him
rules.
Lando Calrissian.
You see this? You see?
These are Mikey's rules. Mikey made the rules. Make him sweat.
No. It's you give them the hard decision.
Yes.
Now, what is a harder decision? 3 people you'd never want to do any of them with, or 3 people that you really just want to do one of them with.
But if I already gave you, whoever goes first sets the tone.
Really? Oh! I didn't see that in the fucking Dig on America podcast.
You're supposed to get the game. It's our game. It's our game.
It's our game. We play the rules.
If you start out with January Jones, like you did with Brent, then I'm going to say, okay, he went that way. I'm going to say someone similar around those lines of that. I want it to be hard.
How Dutch has to always remember.
I'm not going to say your least favorite.
Make sure that everybody does it the way he wants it done. If anybody else does it the way that it's wrong.
So Lando was one. Who was the other 2?
Cassidy is going crazy.
All right, Tim, you arbitrate this.
Yeah, who's the other 2? If Lando was 1, who's the other 2?
I gave them Charlie Kirk, and then after Charlie Kirk, Haas went with Lando Calrissian. I don't remember who the other one was. Mikey, who was yours?
I thought I said Lando.
No, I said Lando. Because then you asked me, Childish Gambino, Lando, my man,
OG Lando.
Let's just say it was someone like It was probably like Idris Elba. It wasn't Idris Elba, but like something along those lines, right?
Oh, I would have said Idris Elba.
Oh, it was Steve Carell.
Oh,
right,
yes.
Steve Carell.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty good mix. That's a good.
But does that make it? Hold on a second.
See?
So,
now you're wrong, Tim. See?
No.
I see what it is. I see what it is.
He's not getting it.
Dutch wanted us to force her to marry
A conservative.
Charlie Kirk.
Exactly. You're exact. No, I wanted you to force
that's
her to
what
make a difficult decision.
you wanted to win the Mary question, which is obviously
I don't care about that.
No, that's the subtext of our game. We all try to find the right name to make the guest pick Mary on
For the record, I won last week.
You won last week. I typically have been winning, by the way. Not that anybody's keeping score. And you
Not that anybody's keeping score, 7 wins.
I broke my 22 episode streak.
So we need to make these ground rules more clear.
No, we don't. We don't.
And we'll do it right now with Tim.
Free-spirited, organic.
Are we gonna
podcast?
So we're not gonna try to make it hard for him.
We can if we feel the vibe. Yes. If not, we do what we want to do.
Listen,
this is America, goddammit.
It's not fun.
If you want me to marry Tucker Carlson, I'll marry Tucker Carlson.
It was very fun for us because she was sitting there stewing, trying to figure out what she was going to do.
That's the stew. That's the rub.
She was literally like, oh.
But she also said, oh, there's an obvious snap here.
Yeah,
like we talked about this.
Snap.
You gave a bad name.
I gave a bad name on purpose, hoping you guys would also give bad names.
No, you want to drag us to the bottom with you. We actually got to know her, which thus gave us the perfect names because she likes comedy and she loves Star Wars.
I get that, but I wasn't. I also wasn't here.
Where she? How could you know?
Hey, that's right. You weren't here.
So then you should have skipped mine and said,
"So in his,
we're going to make it hard for you."
WWDD. What would Dutch do?
What Dutch would do is Dutch would have skipped his and said, We're going to give you different people other than what Dutch gave because we want it to be hard. That's what Dutch would have done.
No.
It was still hard for the last two, though. It was fun.
Well, she got to say on stream that she would Thanos snap Charlie Kirk, and I'm sure that brought her some level of enjoyment.
She could have still said that and married Larry Elder. So. But anyway.
Looks like Lando Calrissian.
So for future reference, this is house cleaning, guys. House cleaning. For future reference, we need to decide if we want to make it hard. Like before the show, we got to agree. How are we going to handle the snap one, marry one, prank one with every respective person? Are we going to go easy? Are we going to go hard? Are we going to go like with Haas's? Haas was hard. The one we gave you was hard that day because you had Kamala Harris, Angela Bassett, and another person who I forget.
Short-haired Neil Long.
Yeah.
That you really liked, and that was hard for you, right? That's what makes it difficult. You want to stew over it.
Well, she stewed. She just stewed over the last two and not yours. That's all.
I don't think there was much stew between Lando and Steve Carell.
She had a decision to make.
She definitely stewed.
Yeah.
All right. So Tim.
Yeah.
We'll practice on you right now. You've played this game before.
Yeah.
All right, but
snap one. We're not going to do 4 down territory with you because you've done that before too. But here we go. Haas, you set the tone. So we will go off what you say.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll try to make it hard for him. And we'll do it like this. And then we'll see what you guys say.
Now, look at my smile. Now, you know about the piss. You know about the piss dust.
Where's the banner at? Here, let me get the banner.
You know about the piss dust off, right? All right. You ready? Get the banner up. Get the banner up.
I'm doing it.
All right.
I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
Calm down.
Prank Mary Snap Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm go first. Your favorite grilled cheese.
Oh
shit. Oh shit.
I want to go second.
Oh my God.
Gal Gadot.
My favorite grilled cheese. All right.
Number 2 is Gal Gadot.
I will go with your absolute favorite dessert item.
Okay.
Wow.
This is unorthodox.
No. Haas, now you're over here trying to counter strike Dutch. You're gonna fuck the whole system up. I went first. Gal Gadot. Y'all name people. You have to have people.
Yeah, I can't marry a grilled cheese sandwich.
What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. You're a leftist. Yes, you can.
If you identify as grilled cheeses,
a piece of Gouda.
All right. Okay, so we'll start over.
Your jokes are returning.
He said Gal Gadot.
Your jokes.
Gal Gadot.
Okay, so here's what we should do.
Dutch,
Keep it with superhero actress women, right?
Dutch, you're stepping all over my timing on my jokes. And it's really grating my nerves. Get it?
Grinding my gears.
It would have been better if you didn't just continue to railroad over me. I was trying
all right. So Gal Gadot. Am I going second?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Storm.
Okay.
All right. So Halle Berry Storm.
Halle Berry Storm.
Or the younger one from the new movie.
I'll go with Halle Berry Storm.
Halle Berry.
Okay, Halle Berry. Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, Halle Berry Storm. Halle Berry Storm.
Yeah.
I will go with Elizabeth Olsen.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. Okay. All right. I would snap Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
Annoying.
Man, Halle Berry or Gal Gadot. That's a tough one.
One might kill you if you pick the wrong answer.
If you, by the way, if you don't say Gal Gadot, you're xenophobic.
I think I'm gonna have to marry Storm. I think I have to marry Halle Berry.
All right.
Okay, so let the scoreboard reflect that Haas won that. That's how you win. You have to, like, we're all trying to pick someone that they would marry, or as a distraction, marry / you want to win. You don't want your person to be snapped. That's the game.
I don't. You know what?
Okay.
See,
But
I
you
don't
also
do
want
it that way. That's not my mindset. My mindset is let me pick somebody.
We're changing the mindset right now. We need to agree every week. All right. It's a fun game. It's a good segment. People like it. But
yeah, exit polls are showing that people.
Charlie Kirk versus Lando Calrissian is just not going to work. Anyway, okay. So there's my beef on you guys. Tim, what do you got going on?
I'm running for town council in Stratford, Connecticut.
What?
You're gonna be a councilman.
Grilled cheese councilman.
Elections in less than a week.
Oh shit!
We've
only babies.
So I had a guy.
No. Don't you touch them babies.
Remember, we've only talked about, and I accidentally came across this episode of our Voice from the Underground like a week ago. It just started playing somehow on my phone, and it was about a city councilman, the only city councilman I think we've ever talked about. Remember Haas, the guy who went up on stage with the mask on and goes, "I can't breathe," the diabolical genius. "I can't breathe," and then throws the mask away. Like that. So of the city councilmen that we've talked about on this show, you have a very fucking low bar, Tim.
Okay.
So
excellent.
give us what you got going on.
It's an open seat election. There's no incumbent because the previous incumbent was term limited. So it's me and my Republican counterpart. And we're just slocking it out. It's a local election, so there's.
And you're running as a fascist, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, I'm running as a communist. That's.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that they don't watch this show.
That's just as bad.
I even got the Feel the Burn Cup.
Hey.
There we go. But I mean, it's a local election, so it's not like there's not a ton of money in it. I only raised a couple of $1,000s. I got some yard signs and some walk cards.
Is your district typically red, blue, purple?
My district has been red, but because there's been an influx of people from New York City.
The caravan. The caravan, I see.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people move in from New York City, and it's turned my district to purple. So I got a 50-50 shot. And
are they going to come out and vote?
That is what I tried to make sure that they did today. I sent out a bunch of letters and I started phone banking people to get them out to vote.
Just you, or do you have a team of people?
So I'm running with, there are 10 districts in my city. So I'm running with 10 other candidates for council. plus our mayoral candidate, and like planning, zoning, all those Board of Education. I think we have a 20 candidate slate, and we were all working together to get the vote out.
Okay.
Because everybody knows when more people vote, it's better for progressive, it's better for the blue.
And actually, that's one thing that the Republicans in town are upset about, because Connecticut right now has a no excuse absentee ballot. So you can claim COVID as an excuse to get an absentee ballot and vote by mail.
Oh shit!
And
You know
so
that
sounds like fraud to me.
Man, it sounds like some fraud brewing.
So Tim, what are your plans for the 55 audits that are about to happen for the election that you're running?
There's already been two complaints to the state elections enforcement commission about each party sent out an absentee ballot application to their voters, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the Republicans claim that everyone sends a letter in it saying vote for Democrats or vote for Republicans or whatever. And the Republicans claim that our letter was like, if you don't vote for Democrats, don't vote at all, or something like that. So they filed a complaint against us. Yeah. But they know that Democrats are more likely to vote by absentee ballot. So they are trying to fight it as much as they can, but the process to file the complaints is so long, they're not going to get anything done by election day. But
Jesus Christ.
They've been filing complaints left and right. It's been a very contentious election. There's been a lot of mudslinging.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
all the shit that happens on the national level, the same shit happens on the local level.
Yeah. See, I will never, ever run for office.
See, and they've done every dirty trick in the book. Actually, they've looked up candidates' tax records, whether or not they have unpaid taxes. They did that to the other Democratic candidate, saying that she had unpaid taxes, and they put out a mailer about it, saying that she doesn't pay her taxes. Why are you going to vote for her for town council?
Wow.
The Republicans in the next town over had a huge billboard against their opposing mayoral candidate, saying that he had like $10,000 in unpaid taxes. They blew it up into a huge billboard. Like that is the level of ridiculousness.
Did you tell them? Do they know that you're a disgraced census worker?
They don't know about my disgrace government job. And they don't know about my political podcast. I'm pretty sure those two things would disqualify me altogether.
What about the affair you had with your neighbor's shovel?
That I cannot confirm or deny.
And look what has skipped and scopped and scallywagged itself across the pond for the first time and probably the only time. The one, the only Wayne Maker.
So, Lone Star, at last we meet for the first time.
Hello,
for the last
Vin
time,
Diesel.
For the only time. Why are you here and what do you want?
No, he's not Vin Diesel. He'd be Vin Petrol.
What time is it in there?
Vin 83 ethanol.
It is 4:12 in the morning.
Why the fuck
what are you doing, man?
Listen to them pipes. He's got that sexy sleep.
Yeah. And to paraphrase Val Venus, hello, ladies.
Val Venus. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Walking in with a wrestling reference.
I have no idea why you're here, but I'm happy that you're here, Wayne. Now you can go now.
Doesn't he get enough of that on the bin?
Yeah.
That's why it works so well.
You know, I messed around and I gave all those fools production powers, and it was a shit show for about 6 weeks. All they would do was kick each other in the middle of a sentence.
So he added an exclamation. He added an exclamation point to the password, and all you guys can't figure it out.
I keep warning. I'm like, I'm gonna change it. You keep fucking around. I'm gonna change it.
Mikey is fine. Your new hat, I'll dash it. It's fine.
I didn't kick you out. That was him.
Oh,
all right. So let's since Wayne's here, let's do this. Let's get into our first. I have a first story that I want to read you guys. This one is I have two stories I want to read that we'll do, and Haas has a story, and then we'll do the dig, or maybe in that order. I don't fucking know. So this I found this interesting. I like to get your guys' perspective on this. This is just a funny story. So this it's been reported by multiple outlets. A Proud Boys event in San Pedro, California. Flo, state your freedom in the chat. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Turned into an attempt to find housewives for some of their members, not wives or girlfriends, mind you, but housewives. The group met up without a permit in Point Furman Park on Saturday for something called the Fall Love Protest, Direct Action Edition. Sounds like a bad sequel. It wasn't immediately clear what they were protesting, although a sign reading "The blood of Christ is my vaccine,"
the power of Christ compels you,
was the lasso compels you now to was visible in videos, as was a Trump 2024 banner. Regardless, things took a little detour when one Proud Boy, identified as Tiny Toes, picked up the megaphone and started trying to find his buddies some strange quotes. If there's any single ladies that's over here, any bitches, we got some real men's over here looking to venerate a housewife.
What the?
He told the gathered. The group then, of course, as you would reply to that statement, the group started chanting "Fuck Antifa." So,
wow.
What? They are holding rallies. They are you know what? It's said probably. Let me take a look here. That park is in San Pedro, California. Go figure, right down the way. So they hold a rally and they say, "Hey, I got me some fine men up here, some good patriots, good God-loving patriots, and they need a bitch who likes Marjorie Taylor Greene's statement last week about dishwashers.
Yeah,
they need one of y'all to come on up here and marry him, be that housewife. They could venerate you." Wayne, your thoughts?
One of you dishwashing bitches.
I would just like to say, yeah, land of the free, home of the brave. Well done, everyone.
I know y'all got a lot of stuff going on with Brexit, but y'all got room for one more. America. Y'all got room for one more, maybe two. I'll bring the wife.
We did get these customs from England, so go fuck yourself.
No. Hang on a minute. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You're telling me that the patriarchy doesn't exist in England? Are you going to make that argument? Let's do it.
No, you took the patriarchy and went, hold my beer.
Yeah, that's some Handmaid's Tale shit right there, man.
That's it.
You're not wrong about that, but you still planted the seed, you and your forefathers.
Gotta plant the seed. The seed of faith.
It's not about like planting the seed.
Look, you can't even answer.
It's what you do with it. It's what you do with it. Okay? So again, as I've said to Mikey many times, we invented you, right? It's now your responsibility. You fucked us off. You said, do you know what? You redcoats, do one, right? This is all on you. Nothing to do with us now. Fuck you.
Oh, by the way, guys, let me
tell us how you really feel, Wayne.
No, let me translate. Let me translate in case anybody doesn't speak Middle Earth. What he's saying when he says "do one," he means get lost. Is what he's saying. Go away in a violent fashion.
He just got off his lorry.
Fucking hell. So is this what it's going to like transcend to? It's going to be like. Sorry, go on.
Which one is better? This one or that one? I don't know.
No, the other one's better.
They're both interesting.
This one's better.
All right. Oh, thank you, Wayne. Now that you've said it, I'm definitely going the opposite direction.
You said it in a British accent. It must be true.
Mikey, or I'm sorry. Let's see what the guests first. Tim, your thoughts on the Proud Boys?
First of all, those people are fucking idiots. Second of all, that's some Handmaid's Tale shit, and they need to get over themselves. I honestly couldn't even. We're sending them back to England, is what we're gonna do. Wayne, you can have them back. We don't want them anymore.
No, let's can someone read that comment? It's gone off my screen.
It's too late. The boat's already on the way.
Vicarian Podcast writes, colonialism is our inheritance. Thank you, Isla.
There you go.
That's what you do when you put something on the screen, Dutch.
Also, England, you didn't invent us. We left you.
We broke up.
Yeah, you didn't treat us right.
Toxic bitches.
And then you wanted to control us, so we told you to fuck off. And then you said, we're not leaving, and we told you to fuck off again.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we said it.
And then you were like,
said,
oh,
we
the Germans
want our
are invading
slaves.
us.
How dare you try to take our slaves from us?
And then you said, the Germans are invading us. We need your help. And we said, nah, man, it's cool. You don't need us. Until you did. And then the Germans invaded again. And we were like, yeah, we'll help you. But you better know who's better now.
Then we saved your ass, you twit.
Even though we didn't want to.
I think you'll find it's more the Russians that saved us at that point.
That is true. That is true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, Big Haas.
So do you want to dial it back a little bit then?
Am I picking out? Am I on the story time now?
No, you're on your Proud Boy commentary, and then we'll move to the next story.
Okay, all right. So
that's Vidania.
It's funny. None of us have any idea what's going on here.
This is amazing examples of patriotism. You know what I mean? This is such sterling examples of men's men and patriotism and America first, and get your barefoot ass in the kitchen, please, you bitches. But they're quick to talk about rappers calling women bitches. This motherfucker grabbed the microphone and said, "Hey, we're looking for some bitches."
Haas, can I just say, I am the most progressive right here because I'm actually in my kitchen already.
Right. I'm next to the washer and dryer though. It's over there.
But put this in context, Haas.
Yes.
With the story you read last week about MTG.
Right. Margie. Yeah. That's funny because that story I read last week where she was saying these are gifts. These are blessings. Washing machine.
For those who didn't listen, just recap it.
All right. So there was a comment or a diatribe or a rant by Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about I forget what the topic was, but she goes off on this rant about how household items that in the 50s and 60s would have been stereotypically ascribed to women's duties were gifts, like washing machines, dryers, what else did she say? Vacuum cleaners, dishwashers, shit like that. She's like, hey, these are, a woman would know that these are gifts and da-da-da-da-da.
There were blessings.
Yes, blessings. A washing machine is a blessing. And
my wife said she would murder me if I ever did that.
Yeah. And what the great thing was that there was no room for equivocation here. She said the women here know. So she was specifically talking to the women when she enumerated these items and said that these are blessings sent down from the Lord, the white Lord Jesus Christ
on high.
Right. And seeing as there was zero pushback on that comment at all.
None.
Now that the Proud Boys have said we want us to be venerating some housewives, yo, because I love how they try to talk with an urban slang.
Oh, of course, because everybody want to be us, but don't nobody want to be us.
But I'm guessing, Mikey, your thoughts? Do you think that any of them got a housewife out of that? I mean, past the Tinder, past the dating, straight to housewife.
I mean, I'm sure that a lot of women ran up to them immediately after they said that, but they had to tell them all no because they wanted to vote and read and shit like that. Shit that didn't go with them being a proper housewife. So, this is where incels are born. Like, people wonder, like that's an incel talking. Like, if you're literally on a megaphone demanding a wife,
please somebody date us.
You have clearly not been in the dating game for a while. You don't know how to sex. You've never done the sex. You can't find the sex. You don't know how to do the sex. If that's how you're talking, you just sound like a virgin to me. No shame to the virgins who are just like, that's not their thing. I have some asexual friends. That's a whole other story. But it's just, did you think that was gonna work?
Of course, because he's a Proud Boy.
He better hook up with
Probably
another one of
joined
the
the Proud
Proud
Boys
Boys.
trying to get laid, and it still ain't working. So he's out there begging, out there doing the white version of Keith Sweat.
Does anyone else feel like that we live on the darkest timeline? Like we're just like sliding into that because that's how it feels. Yeah,
it's like, where's the Watcher when you need him?
He's getting his ass whooped right now.
Oh man.
So Proud Boys is just a rebranding of incels. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just a rebranding.
It's the same group that were the men's rights activists.
Yep.
That were the incels. It's all the same dudes. And then now they just got a little political spin to it, but the same misogyny, the same fucking lack of respect for women and inability to use their fucking ears instead of their fucking mouth for once is leading them down the same path that all those other groups have gone down. They're not good at anything except bitching, but all they care about is getting bitches, which is so counterintuitive. Like they're just
and they
so bad at attracting women.
They were complaining a couple years ago that young Republicans in the Trump cabinet and administration, they were crying. Remember, there was a story a couple years ago. Well, we can't find any dates in Washington. You don't say. Really? I wonder why.
You know, you need to do though. If you can't find any dates in Washington, you need to go and buy yourself a Fred Perry shirt, and you'll be fine.
This comment from hold on one sec. This comment from Neil the 604 Atheist. Hey Neil, what is this sex you speak of? And also we have from Ice of the Bicurian podcast. They think they are quote unquote nice guys and therefore deserve the sex.
Well,
that's how it works.
But that's the thing. Their whole thing is they think they deserve it. They think they're owed it.
Yeah.
They think it's a thing that is owed to them by women.
I
They
pay
created
taxes.
society.
That whole mantra from.
Yeah, they invented society, so therefore, this is the society. Now, real quick, I'm going to use this as a segue to the next story because I want to keep this rolling.
You're rolling.
Who is their biggest hero right now? Big Haas, take a guess. The Proud Boys.
Biggest hero of the Proud Boys right now?
Yeah.
Don't go to me. I don't know.
Anyone have a
I'll
guess?
Take a swing. I'll take a swing.
All right.
How about the QAnon shaman guy? I'll take a swing at that.
Oh no, they literally think. Okay, so I literally saw this. This had nothing to do with what I was about to segue to. They literally are saying that guy's not a Trumper. In fact,
he's a paid actor, probably, right?
No, worse. They say he is an Afghan refugee in Afghanistan right now and was one of the people with the big plane and jumping and waving at the camera. And that plane, by the way, was a balloon.
Yes, I saw that conspiracy theory.
Yeah, it is. It is absolutely astonishing. No, but their biggest hero right now, and if you guys don't know this story, this one's really gonna fucking piss some people the fuck off.
I'm moving to Ginger Island.
Oh, here. Sorry, you got some ads up there.
Be the first to know.
This from NPR. Prosecutors cannot call those shot by Kyle Rittenhouse victims, but looters is okay.
Fuck off, America.
Here is, and I'm just showing the story quickly. Here is the story.
I actually just read something about, or watched a video.
Yep. Prosecutors in the criminal trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, the teenage murderer who shot and killed 2 protesters last year in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The prosecutors in that case will not be able to refer to the people they're saying shot in this article, I'm saying murdered, as victims, quote. A judge has ruled, while defense attorneys may be able to only refer to them as, or not only, but may refer to them as arsonists or looters or rioters.
That's
in a proceeding.
Hold on. Let me pause you. That's inflammatory journalism.
Mm-hmm.
That's
100%.
not the only thing that they can call them. He can call them.
That's why I said it's. That's why I took away the word only. I said only, and then I retracted that.
Oh well, I mean, even still, like, yeah, the defense can use those words, or words like the recently deceased, or you know what I'm saying. There's other words that they can use, but go ahead and finish, and then I'll
well, it touches on what you just said actually. The next sentence, it says the judge stated that the word victim is too loaded. It's too loaded a word, quote. And I think alleged victim is a cousin to it.
Pause.
Judge.
But to call them rioters and looters and arsonists, that's not loaded.
He's got to prove
that's
that.
What the judge is saying.
He's got to prove that, though.
He's accusing these people of rioting, being arsonists.
They're not proven to have rioted or looted or.
That's what I'm saying. So the judge is saying
not
that
these specific people for sure.
The judge is saying that to call them victims or alleged victims loads and is may bias the jury, basically, right? Yeah. And at the same time saying that calling them rioters, looters, and arsonists won't. What kind of bullshit is that? That's called that systemic bullshit.
The context here is they were talking about how to refer to the deceased, and the judge. So each side said, what if we want to call them this? I'm paraphrasing the story now. And the judge said, you may refer to them as complaining witnesses or decedents to refer to those shot by Rittenhouse. Now, it also says, though not universal, it is not unheard of for judges to feel that the word victim presupposes the defendant's guilt. Meanwhile, however, from a different conversation, the defense will be allowed to use the words arsonist, so that it's not like they said these words never came up. These words came up in the conversation, and the judge is allowing arsonists, looters, and rioters so long as they took part in those activities.
But how are they proving they're taking part in those activities?
They have eyewitnesses for a couple of the people saying that they set a gas station, a trash can on fire and like pushed it towards the barricade.
I say you call them activists.
So they saw these specific people.
That's what the witnesses are going to testify in court to say.
Jesus.
But
and we all know about the history of
these were the same people who were with affidavits with what's his face, the mayor in New York, Rudy Giuliani too. They were sitting right next to him, I'm sure.
Go ahead, Wayne, and then I'll pop in after that.
Are they dead?
No.
Yes. Well, two of the three of them are.
Then I would pretty much use that as their victims. It's quite easy to see. I don't really see how you can dress it up in any other way. They're dead. They're victims.
I say we call them martyrs.
No. I wouldn't.
Or heroes.
Well, the whole argument from the judge's standpoint was the connotation that the word victim has, right? So, but this judge, and I've seen a little bit about this story. This judge has a history of doing this kind of shit, where he's like, you can't use certain words because he doesn't think it sounds right. It would influence a jury or something like that. But they were gunned down by this guy. Like, they are victims.
And it's going to matter anyway, Tim, because the jury's still going to be influenced. If you say, I shot a man on the street, or I shot a mugger on the street, that's going to be received.
But you didn't shoot the deputy.
That was I shot
that's
the
what I'm
sheriff.
saying. If you call them rioters or arsonists, that's a different connotation. That's an entirely different way of looking at someone.
It implies justifiable homicide.
Yeah. Right. It implies that they deserved what they got. That's what it implies.
And it is also can be stretched to imply that he was defending himself from a lethal threat.
Yeah,
but he had already shot the people. He already shot somebody when he was when some of those people were trying to stop him and hold him as the person who shot the other guy.
And obviously this guy was backed up by the police too, because the police didn't say or do anything.
Nope. Once again, just like on January 6th, he got to go home and sleep in his bed.
Yeah, they didn't even arrest him for what, a week, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him a bottle of water.
Yeah, he waved to the cops as he
Oh,
left.
hang on
He
a
was like,
minute.
"Hey guys, I'm out of here. I did my, and they were like, "Cool."
And the other people, they had their guns up at the people who were saying, "Hey, he just shot somebody.
Yeah.
He just shot somebody."
Right.
And they drove right past them.
Imagine a world where you have a crowd of people that are not armed, that are chanting something, right? And holding signs and skateboards and sticks and signs and whatever. And you're pointing guns at them, and someone emerges from that crowd wearing an AR-15,
holding his own weapon.
And that person doesn't even get a gun pointed at him, and he gets a bottle of water instead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Wayne.
As a British person, what is an AR-15?
That's right. You people aren't allowed to have guns.
No. We just use spells. For fuck's sake.
Did you see that other story where
he uses incantations?
Like this is a real this is a real story, okay? Real story here.
Ad hominem is a spell.
There was a real story last week that New Zealand fired its national wizard.
Oh no!
Do you guys have a national wizard?
No, but you have grand high ones, don't you?
Ooh.
How dare you? How dare you talk about our Congress people like that?
How dare you talk about Jeff Sessions like that?
I'm so glad I'm on today.
Why do you hate America? If you don't like it here, Wayne, leave.
Okay, I did.
Yeah. So the word victim, and shout out to Natalie Lawyer Chick. She has a very awesome YouTube channel. I have been binging on all of her back content. And she takes a case, a story that people submit to her, and then she's a lawyer, she's a defense attorney, and she kind of reacts to it, and she kind of breaks down what this and this, and she just put out a video probably 5 hours ago. And the reason why calling people victims in cases such as this is it is almost to the point of poisoning the well.
Yeah.
It's not because those people are not victims. It's that when you are trying to determine guilt or innocence of somebody, but you're just saying victim the entire time, that word is so loaded with so many connotations. You're implying guilt automatically. And so let's say that the person was able to, the prosecutor was able to say the word victim the entire time. Yeah. And the guy gets convicted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that word is so loaded, you have now given the appeal all of the ammunition it needs, because that word victim will give the people that they poisoned the well. They influenced the jury they kept calling them victims as opposed to calling them by their names. And that is why this is a mistrial, Your Honor. My person needs to go free, and he can win that. So the judge was actually doing the prosecutors a favor. This lowers the amount of loopholes that the appellate court will have to deal with later. You know what I'm saying? So if he gets convicted and they kept poisoning the well the whole time by saying victim, he could get off from that. So it's important. It's an
interesting point.
That's interesting.
The problem, though, becomes that you are not that when the alternative terms for those people that the defense attorneys want to use were brought up, that there was no pushback for that. That's, I think, where the outrage is. It's not about just saying you can't call them victim.
It's about the appellate process. And if the defense or if the prosecutors are using that word, and the defense could use that in the appeal to get the case thrown out, is it better to just not let them have that out? Because
why would you allow equally poisonous terms to be utilized by the defense then? Why wouldn't the prosecutors fight that harder?
But they don't. I mean,
because you only get one shot.
Because you can object, right? But certain words you don't want used, because if they're used, it It's already in the jury's head. They're not watching social media. They're not watching the news. They're not doing anything. They're only hearing what's happening inside the courtroom. You can, if you can prove that the people are not rioters and looters, then you don't have to worry about them saying rioters and looters. But by using the word victim, again, you give tools for the appeal process, which you don't want to give him. Go ahead, Wayne.
I would massively disagree with that. Based on what has recently happened over here, with Katie's dad. He was an MP that was murdered in cold blood.
Wayne, acronyms.
Oh, he. Sir David Amos
military police.
No, Sir David Amos, who is my mate Katie's dad, was murdered.
Oh, see, I'm glad you said. I thought you were talking about Kate Middleton, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. Thanks for keeping up. Thanks for the respect.
A little vague, Wayne. That was a little.
I didn't know who Kate was.
When you said Katie, Kate. I was like, okay, who's Katie?
You have a princess.
No. I specifically said my friend's dad was murdered.
You said that the second time.
Okay. Go on, please. Yes.
Yeah.
I think they wanted Wayne. I think they want to know what an MP was.
Yeah. Okay. An MP is a member of Parliament. Sir David Amos was tragically killed last Friday by someone, or a terrorist. He did it politically, and I said to Mikey the other day, I didn't want to infringe on our laws over here about the reasons as to why it was. I don't give a fuck. He was a terrorist. He killed my mate's dad for terrorist reasons, and he is a victim, right? So what you're speaking to now, they're victims. They are victims. Why try and sugarcoat it? Why try and make it anything other than what it actually is? You know.
So without stepping on like the personal tragedy that you're going through, I want you to like just a whole separate situation, and you have to remember that the best way to seek justice is to win.
Yeah.
Not to stand on your morals and dig your heels in and be right. And I am justified in saying this and do that. No, your job is to win. Your job is to convict and to lock up the people who are doing the wrong thing. You just like the shit with Cosby. They swore I had a deal and I could say whatever I want and none of this has to go through. Okay. And then the new prosecutor comes in, reneges on the deal, and where's Bill Cosby right now? So was it?
He's
no, don't you answer that. You shut your mouth. Rhetorical question. But because people decided to not do things inside the legal system in a way that obtains the goals that they're looking for, and they go after vengeance instead, he's out. And now double jeopardy, you can't get him again.
Yeah.
So it's I don't think, and I think this happens a lot in law. People think that lawyers don't give a fuck, and how could you do that? And that person clearly did such and such. Yes, they probably agree with you, but there is a very systematic way of dealing with these things so that you can actually get the desired result, as opposed to now the motherfucker's walking down the street again. You know what I mean?
But I'll sign on to that. I understand where you're coming from, Mikey, and that's actually a really fair point. I hadn't thought of that, and I get it. The part though that here's where I'll counterpunch it a little bit though, is that yes, what you said could be extraordinarily relevant in the court in the case of an appeal, or whether or not he can appeal if he's found guilty. But if the defense for Rittenhouse is allowed to use negative terms towards these people like rioter and assume that they are criminals in the minds of the jury. So the jury's perception of them is going to be changed by those trigger words, and that equals into a not guilty verdict the first time. It's over. There is no appeal there. So it wasn't a situation of equal distribution of muting or taking away of these terms. It was a one-sided case.
That's not how law works, though, because the arbiter of what is and is not allowed in that courtroom is that judge. He is the boss. He gets to decide what he's the referee.
They. The question I have is, what
judge
kind of Rudy Poop candy ass prosecutors do you have, though, that won't say, well, if we can't say this, they shouldn't be able to say this? We're not going to even belabor the point.
That's what they did, and the judge did. From the way that I'm reading the story, that's what they did, and the judge said that he would, and the words arsonist, looter were not put on the do not say list, but only victim was, and the dichotomy there is the issue. It strikes me as like these rape cases that you used to see from the 80s, where they would say the woman, instead of calling her a victim, they would call her the club goer, or or whatever, like she was the party goer, or whatever the case may be, to
party attendant,
soil her. Yeah.
But then why don't they just say the person on the street,
the reveler,
or the person, or whatever? Like, why add the connotation of rioter or arsonist or whatever?
Oh, we know why. We know why they do that, because they understand what that does to the jury's mind, especially in Wisconsin.
And Tim, you bring up a completely valid point. This semantic kind of argument that we need to label people is ridiculous, because at the end of the day, someone is a victim, yes or no. Everything else is redundant until the case is tried. Once the case is tried, and everyone is treated as a human being that has had this done to them after this event, that's what matters.
Do you remember when I said that they have eyewitnesses who are going to testify that they were rioters and looters? Like,
that still does not convict them in the court of law, man. I could go and say that Mikey Famine was a rioter.
They would have to say, like we do, allegedly.
But you can't say alleged. You can't say it in that case.
Oh,
go ahead, Tim.
But here's the problem: like, you could call them defendants if they were alive, but they're not alive; they're dead. So
they wouldn't be the defendant.
Victim. Decedent.
Right. They would be the plaintiffs. Right. They'd be the plaintiffs, but they're dead. So are they the deceased? Can you call them the deceased?
Yes. That's the, like, I get that everyone, I know that this doesn't feel good, but there's so much, like, the more and more I watch and study about law, the less I like it and the more I understand it. Like, that's not how normal people talk, right? But that's legal jargon so that you can get to the finish line, so that you can complete your goal. And
so are they going to object every time they say rioter?
Perhaps.
I would implore everyone to get a copy of Black's Law Dictionary.
I've seen enough Law and Order. I know what's going
on. Criminal Minds for me.
Oh,
but see,
in fact, so you're all Jessica Fletcher.
No, Jessica Angela Lansbury. But the problem here is that
same person.
That once a oh, that's right. Once a jurist hears a term,
juror.
This is.
I was like, is that a word?
Get here. There we go. No. So once we get
butchering me Queen's English again.
Once we were just cleaning the over the sea pond stink out of here. Once a juror hears something, and they always say, strike that from the record, it doesn't get struck from their mind.
And that's a legal trick too for both attorneys, is to say something they know is going to get objected to. But the jury's going to hear it nonetheless, even though the judge would say to disregard that statement.
But here's the more important point, for me at least. If you're playing a game and you see that the refs are calling something that normally wouldn't be called, you don't win any victory. You don't win any moral victories by continuing to foul the person until you foul out of the game, and then you create a situation where there is a mistrial. That is the last thing that we want, and that is the first thing that they want.
Unless you're Tom Brady.
Unless you're Tom Brady, and then you can just deflate a couple balls and you still get a chip.
And throw a trophy.
And throw the trophy to Gronk. But that you don't want to let a bad person go free because you didn't want to follow the rules because you didn't agree with them. It's not worth it.
I agree with that. I'm just saying the frame. Look, he's gonna get off. Are we all in agreement here?
He's not gonna get tried for murder. He's not gonna get convicted of murder. That's for sure.
Yeah, can like
maybe manslaughter or something. Yeah, I mean, this guy is a fucking murderer. By all the, I mean, I've watched these videos, and I'm in these rooms with these right wingers, and they tell me go to DuckDuckGo and watch it there.
DuckDuckGo.
They love DuckDuckGo, right? Like my dad has DuckDuckGo on his phone. I'm like, why do you have this? He goes, because DuckDuckGo is where I see the truth. I'm like, Dad, DuckDuckGo is like Google, but it's a browser. But it has very, very little to do with free speech. DuckDuckGo is not like, I've gone through to find out if they're like right wing. They're really not. They're privacy based. But the idea on the right wing is that you can find all the truth there. The Rittenhouse actual video, the George Floyd actual video, the real studies on the vaccine. All that stuff is there, and only DuckDuckGo will have it because Google and Bing are corrupt. But little do they know that DuckDuckGo gets their fucking search engine results from fucking Bing, you stupid fucks. So they just
Bing.
But it looks different.
But can I just say something?
No, why is he still here? No, go ahead, Wayne.
Everything that we're saying here is speculation and opinion, and none of us are legally trained. So this is literally just opinion. I'm just trying to cover our asses in case some
allegedly. That's what we sprinkle it. We sprinkle it.
Wait until Wednesday when I'm a councilman, then I'll say all that stuff again.
I'm just making sure that
I can't wait for your first. I just can't wait for your first scandal. That's gonna be. I can't wait to see grilled cheese peddling councilman.
Yeah. The great grilled cheese scandal of Connecticut.
Councilman Bristol has hired his own food truck.
Cheese sandwich.
He hired his own food truck to feed the homeless.
There'll be a picture of me hanging out the back of Tim.
Dutch, I did hire my own food truck to feed the homeless twice, and nobody complained.
And you made $8 off of that, you corrupt fuck. All right. So
I was told not to hire my own food truck for my campaign. I was told that was a big no-no.
Yeah, but I'm sure you did anyway because you're a rule breaker. You don't care about rules. What the fuck are rules? All right, so we're gonna get into Haas's. Like we'll get into Haas's story, and then we'll do the Ron Harper there.
Oh wait.
Uh-oh. What are we doing here?
Why are you making me big?
Whoa. Where can I go with that one?
I said that to Kerry last night.
She said, "You know why?
You're gonna end up with twins. You're gonna fuck around and end up with twins. Everybody who has like 2 or 3 kids, and then
tons of mice. That last one is 10. Tons of mice. Please clip that. Anyway,
tons of mice out there. What? Why am I here?
All right, Wayne. We have a little game. I want to play a game.
Oh okay. Yeah. Which one are we doing?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Prank, marriage, snap.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay, Tim, you get to give I'll pass up on mine. Tim, you give the first one. You set the tone.
I get to set the tone? You guys aren't going to like any of this. Wayne, Kenny Omega.
the fuck is that?
Exactly.
You got to let them know so they can pick somebody similar. What?
Kenny Omega is a professional wrestler.
Okay.
The greatest professional wrestler of all time.
Really?
All right.
Mikey, go second.
Ruth Wilson.
I don't know who that is.
The girl from Luther.
Oh.
Alice.
Oh. Right, okay.
Alice.
Val Venus. Just kidding.
No. Let me go
Stone
old school.
Cold
Let me go old school.
Wait, I changed my answer to China.
Oh, that's a good. I love that one. That one's good. All right. So whoever Tim said, China and
Rikishi.
No. Macho Man Randy Savage's ring girl.
No, that's too easy. You asked.
Oh no. What's
Miss Elizabeth?
Miss Elizabeth.
Miss
Elizabeth.
Post-mortem or pre-mortem?
Come on, man. We already
Goddamn.
Wrong then.
We know how Wayne roll. We know how
This is why you didn't get to
Post-mortem.
pick one.
Post-mortem.
You know what? Hold on.
Pre-mortem.
No, wait,
Hang
Wayne. Wayne, wait.
I've just got my hands up. Look.
Just
I'm
wait.
waiting.
Dutch, you also give one. And then after he says his, I'll think of what the fourth option is.
Well, don't we already have 3?
No, we're gonna do 4. Friends with benefits for the fourth one.
Yeah, FWB.
Okay. I will go with your fellow what do you call it when you're under the queen, the subject of the queen. Thank you. Bret the Hitman Hart.
He's Canadian.
He's still a subject of the queen, you asshole.
He's right. He is a subject of the queen.
No, he lives in the Commonwealth. That's different.
And he's married, and his wife,
sorry,
and he's
Wayne.
related to the British Bulldog. So yes, he is.
I'm so sorry, Wayne.
No,
I'm
but
so
wait,
sorry.
Canada is
He said the British
is part of the
You're not
Commonwealth
helping.
of
That
Britain,
dude from
right?
Jersey.
You're not helping. You're not helping.
Up until I think like the 70s they were, but they're not anymore.
That's
Why is the old bag still on the quarter?
Because they still love her.
Oh my God.
I can't quit you, Elizabeth.
I'm like saying he's related to the British Bulldog. That was fucking funny as hell.
All right, go ahead.
Right. So who are my options? Sorry,
You got China,
The lovely
got-
Miss Elizabeth.
Miss Elizabeth,
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega, and Bret the Hitman Hart.
All right. Friends with benefits. I'll go with still warm Miss Elizabeth.
There you go.
Define warm.
I mean, 30 seconds in the microwave.
during the overdose, Miss Elizabeth. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah. I would say I've got to say snap Kenny Omega.
I knew that was coming.
Bye bye. What are my other options?
You got China and Bret the Hitman Hart.
By the way, also warm China because she's dead too, now that I think about it.
I would marry Bret the Hitman Hart because it would really fuck off my brother-in-law. And then
You gotta snap. You prank.
Prank China.
Prank China.
That'd be an experience.
Yeah.
So would you prank her on the set or in the ring?
Well, she's been pranked on the set and in the ring.
Yes. Her hat.
Just go on Pornhub and
No need to do
Oh, you're
that.
shaming her for doing some porn? Come on, Wayne. What are you doing?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not
sex work
no.
is
It's a
Hey,
fair profession.
that's hard
Sex
work.
Sex work is work.
That's hard work.
Far from. I was just promoting her. Thank you.
Her
I
estate.
understand. Okay.
Wait,
Way to get
follow-up
yourself out of hot
question.
water.
Follow-up question. Would she break you in half?
Absolutely.
No, she only got 5'8" or something. Sorry, was
Okay.
only 5'8".
All right, so we will go to Big Haas. Chew that shit up, Big Haas. You have.
There you go. Look at the chat. One night in China.
Hey, dickhead, calm down. You have to read who it's from so the audio listeners can appreciate the comment as well, or else you sound insane.
Go on then, Mikey.
This comment from Constance Pendleton. One night in China. Everybody give that a Google.
And Constance Pendleton, by the way.
Spell China with a Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is China with a Y. That is correct.
But Constance Pendleton, by the way, is known. His name is Lamar. Okay, so thank you, Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar?
Yes, Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar watches the pod?
Lamar he's the biggest. He's the. There's a rumor that he is.
Tell Dutch all your secrets because he will never give you up.
So Lamar is in real life the guy, and he's gonna laugh when he hears this. He is the guy from the Diet Dr. Pepper commercial who looks like Prince but about 3 feet tall, and he used to go, "The sweet one."
I love Justin Guarini.
So
it's the
all right,
sweet one.
Big Haas, you have this is your weekly humorous or somewhat humorous story. Go ahead and give it to us. Make Wayne big.
Okay.
Yikes.
Last week, a judge in Fulton County, Georgia, threw out a lawsuit attempting to force the county to conduct a widespread. No, I'm not.
That was last week's.
Oh, my bad.
Damn.
All right, let's go back.
Hold on. All right, now we're gonna swing it over to Big Haas.
What's happening in the news world, Big Haas?
Big Haas making the Bin podcast look professional.
In November of 2020, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who moonlights as a announcer for football games, offered up a bounty. Go figure. A bounty in Texas. Someone alert Dog the Bounty Hunter and Boba Fett, please.
Oh, God.
This is really the way.
Patrick's bounty offered up to $1 million from his campaign coffers, calling for patriots, quote unquote, to come forward with evidence of voter fraud, backing then President Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Patrick said at the time he is offering the bounty to reward people to report voter fraud. Anyone who provided information that ends in an arrest and conviction will be paid $25,000 up to $1 million. He went on to say, I support President Trump's effort to identify voter fraud, which is minuscule, and his commitment to making sure every illegal vote is disqualified. He said in a statement, President Trump's pursuit of voter fraud is essential to maintain our democracy and restore faith in future elections, adding, the Democrats have no one to blame but themselves for creating suspicion of final vote totals. Dan Patrick's efforts caught the attention of Trump, who said on Twitter, thanks, Dan. Big win for us.
Time out. Pause. How the fuck did Trump say anything on Twitter?
This was November of 2020.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is some bullshit. That motherfucker is banned still. When did they let his punk ass back on?
He's got that alt John Barron account. You know he's got an alt account. I mean, come on. But anyway, Big Haas, continue.
You know he didn't set up his OG account. He has no idea how to do that.
Although it's not clear if Trump was mistaking the lieutenant governor for the far more influential former Sports Center host. There have been unsurprisingly $0 handed out by Patrick until last week when there finally was. The Republican this week cut a check to poll worker Eric Frank, whose tip led to a conviction of illegal votes by a man named Ralph Thurman, whom Frank turned in after seeing the man vote twice on election day. Once for himself and once for his son. The punchline here is that Ralph Thurman a 72-year-old Republican, cast his additional illegal vote for Trump in Pennsylvania, pretending to be his son, who is a registered Democrat. Damn!
Caught you, motherfuckers.
The
Trying to vote for Biden. Wait, you said Trump?
Yeah.
Wow.
Frank said that after applying to claim his prize, he was told by Patrick's office that he was the only person to actually seek the money and that he would only be awarded the minimum of $25,000 because bigger bounties were reserved for bigger fish. Frank said it was implied the plans were to identify celebrities or left-wing entities engaging in anti-Trump voter fraud, not smaller instances or those committed by Republicans, not smaller instances or those committed by Republicans. Frank plans to use the cash toward a house and for political or philanthropic causes. I guess this big fishing trip blew up in Dan Patrick's face. To quote the other Dan Patrick,
in your face.
You can't stop the big lie. You can only hope to contain it.
So
that's hilarious.
So they found voter fraud in Pennsylvania.
Oddly enough,
five cases of voter fraud. This is the fifth, actually. Now, 4 of them committed by guess whom? Tim, you care to guess?
Bernie Sanders.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly correct. No, you are incorrect. You do not get a bozo button. They were all committed by Trump supporters. Time
out.
Wait, you mean
time out? Hold on, Tim. Clarifying question. Tim, do you know who bozo is?
The clown.
Okay, I'm just making sure Tim is very young and he's not from Chicago. So there's
it's not that regional. Chicago. Bozo was national. Remember,
I never heard of Bozo Bucket and the Bozo the Clown show until I came up to Chicagoland, and I was in St. Louis. He's way out in fucking Connecticut, so I figured it was
way out in the boonies in fucking Connecticut,
way out there by the ocean.
So you're saying that the people that are claiming all the election fraud are the ones doing all the election fraud?
What?
Because that's crazy.
Called projection.
What? How dare you?
That's crazy. Also, I don't know where he got this idea that he could put out bounties with his campaign money. I'm pretty sure that's somehow illegal.
Not campaign that finance is all over it. Don't worry about it.
Not that our Federal Election Commission can do anything about it.
Why can't they, Tim?
Because they're a toothless committee, and they can't do shit for anyone.
As we used to say, roofless and toothless. As my boy Leon, also friends with Lamar, used to say.
At this point, I don't think they have enough members to have a quorum to actually vote on anything. So that's where those are the people that monitor elections.
This in from the chat from our good buddy Kendrick Lamar. It played in Philly, hopefully referring to the Bozo Bucket show or the Bozo show. Was there other parts of the show? I only remember them throwing the ping pong ball in the bucket. Did they do other
it was a whole half-hour show, dude.
I don't remember any of the rest of it.
Remember the eerily pedophilia-esque clown Wizzo?
Yeah.
Like he was the creepiest fuck.
Like that was like it was in Saturday morning, like before the cartoons.
You'd only see the Bozo Buckets portion.
Because it was fucking early, mate. Like that was like fucking 7 o'clock. Like I'm off today. I didn't have to go to fucking recess or nothing.
Please go and look at Mr. Tumble. You talk about fucking pedo fuck, Mr. Tumble.
Yeah. Wayne has showed me that. That was fucking years ago. You showed me that, but I remember that.
You guys know who Blippy is?
Blippy.
Oh no, Blippy. He's a YouTube person.
Yeah.
Please don't sue us.
Can we show who? All right, I'll show you guys who Blippy is.
He's a wrong one. Just a wrong one.
You audio listeners are missing out. We're about to find out what Blippy looks like.
And if you guys would like to not miss out, by all means, go to youtube.com/Dig on America or catch us on twitch.tv/DOA podcast. And you can see all of the visual. Like you can see, I'm a very animated person. So like my voice is not really giving my arms and hands justice when I'm saying things.
and the only person making this accusation about Blippy is a certain Jason Dutch. Everyone else on the Dig on America is exonerated from any responsibility.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this Blippy thing. I just want to say that I don't want to have any affiliation with that.
Raise your hand if you like to be. Raise your hand if you like to be hitting off screen while it's going up.
All right, so I thought I put it up there. So this is Blippy. So Blippy will do YouTube videos, and he'll be like, "Oh, come on, little boys and girls, let's ride this merry-go-round together." And he's like, "Woo, this is fun." And it's like, this guy is like, I mean, he's probably in real life a harmless, nice guy, but it just really sends off some pretty weird vibes for me. And
he kind of looks like Ryan Reynolds.
And they also have, if you would like, they do have some.
Blippy is Deadpool.
Deadpool is not for kids. And funny enough, I was watching that movie over dinner tonight. It aged perfectly.
Yes.
If you want to, you can get yourself your own Blippy costume for adults for $25. So there you go. You can go ahead and be Blippy for.
In the immortal words of Dave Chappelle, "Nah, I'm cool."
What happened to everybody? Oh, whoa! Look, they all come back when you.
They all converted back onto the screen.
Everybody filters back onto the screen.
And I want to do. I'm sorry. I know this isn't written into the whole thing. I need. All right, we're at 1:26. Give me 10
about
minutes.
This much into the cigar.
Yeah. By the way,
Okay.
Dave Chappelle can fuck off.
Yeah, I would say let's do 10 minutes on Dave Chappelle because I'm at this point. I'm getting more and more angry about the situation.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do that now. Then we'll do the humidor while Hostile has a cigar, and then we'll do the dig, and then we'll go.
It's fuck it. You know what? God damn it! I'm getting big screen. Make me big. That's what we need on our next round of t-shirts. Dig on America. Make me big.
I can do it if you like.
Thank you, sir. I'm getting a bit sick of the double down, the triple down, the quadruple down on shit that you're fucking wrong about. And I don't know if any of you guys saw what Dave Chappelle posted on Instagram after his fallout with the LGBTQ plus community. It's not getting better. And having seen the special in its entirety, having read everyone's opinions on it, Dave is literally fucking shit up. And like it's not in a, oh, well, he's wrong and he has his right to be wrong about things. It's like, no, Dave is literally Clayton Bigsbying LGBT. That's what he's doing. And he's doing it intentionally. Like he knows what the fuck words he's saying. Mm-hmm. And he's doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on it. And I hate to see a legend go out like that.
All right, so I'm unfamiliar. What is he specifically saying that is
so
making you feel this way?
So in his he's on a stage somewhere, of course, with fucking 20,000 people around him. I don't know what the actual event was. But he's on stage, he's got his stool, and he's leaning over and he's doing his whole thing. And
is this the thing now that I sent you?
Correct.
Yeah.
He talks about how it's become this whole big thing, and that's not what he meant. And he's willing to meet with the trans community. He's willing to meet.
But don't summon me.
No. Let me do you one better. So Haas, imagine that you had inadvertently caused a schism and you offended this large group of people, right? He says, I'll even meet with the trans community, but I got some conditions. And everyone is just erupting in laughter. Like, yeah. This is the shit that trans people tried to warn y'all about.
Now, wait a minute. What did he say besides that has you ready to just like.
Okay, so
what did he say? What did he say? That's why I want to know what he said.
I just told you what he said.
So because he said he had conditions, that's why you're like, fuck him.
No, but he has to make it a joke. It has to. That's the funny part of his bit now, is that he shits on people, and then when he's supposed to apologize,
what did he say that was shitty? When he said
he starts being snarky, and that's comedy nowadays. That's his repertoire of jokes. That's what's in his wheelhouse now.
Okay.
I'm going to piss off an entire community. And then when they say, hey, we'd like to meet with you to clear this well, he's like, oh, don't summon me. And if we're going to talk, I have some conditions.
Okay.
Bitch, you're the one that's fucking wrong. What about what
did he say, though? What did he say that was like
his conditions?
Supposed to be funny?
I think Haas is asking you to give a summary of the initial outrage.
No, I saw the special.
Oh, you saw the special? Okay.
I saw the special. I'm talking about. He's saying he's doubling, tripling down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm. You know, if he it sounds to me like he feels like he's some little boy that's getting called by the principal to get scolded about something.
Well,
that's exactly what the fuck he is.
Because he made a statement yesterday.
Hold on. If you talk like a little kid who's gonna get called to the principal's office, that's how you get fucking treated. Tim, go ahead. I'm sorry, I missed your hand.
Okay. I'm gonna preface this by saying these are not my words. So I was watching Bill Maher on Friday night, and Bill Maher came to Dave Chappelle's defense, saying that Dave Chappelle is a comedian and it was a comedy act and he has free speech rights. Remember, these are not my words. These are Bill Maher's words.
In the clip.
And
start the clip.
Quote.
But prove to us you're not actually saying what you want to say, Mr. Candidate.
But I also completely disagree with Bill Maher. But he was saying that Dave Chappelle's a comedian and Bill Maher's a comedian. So he's like, I know how comedians are. Sometimes they say stupid shit and people should just get over it. That was what Bill Maher said.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people coming to Dave Chappelle's defense about this, but they're coming from it, not from he's insulting the LGBTQ community, but they're coming at it. He's a comedian. He's a political comedian sometimes, and he said some dumb shit.
Same shit that Joe Rogan came out with.
Now, I would venture to say this. When he talked about beating the stud up,
everybody laughed.
Why hasn't that portion of the community come out in such rage with him than as the trans community?
Why do they
I can tell you why. When Trump puts forth bullshit after harmful policy that hurts the people that are voting for him, why didn't they vote him out?
Because they love him.
It's a cult of personality.
All right, so I'm gonna say this. I lean on the opinions of those people from that community. And if they're offended, then fine. Like I listened to Amber. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. And then there was another trans comedian that came out and defended him as well, besides Daphne. And I can gather.
Are you referring to the Amber Rose who was on our show?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Amber Rose Washington.
Let's get her back on the show.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love her. I love her to death.
She's fantastic.
I never met
because I was
we're gonna light some shit up.
I was offering my opinion, and then I realized you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself, son.
Because
bad
to hell.
As just like I don't like people from the non-melanated community trying to tell me what's racist or not. I don't want to be the person that is not trans telling trans people what to be offended about and things like that. So from what I can gather from the majority of the trans community, what he's saying is harmful. And because of that,
yeah,
I can't rock with it.
And
I don't want to be party to that.
when I listened to it the first time, and there were parts of it that were very funny.
Yeah.
And there were parts of it that where I was like,
you cringe.
I'm like,
and you
oh,
shake your head.
that's cringeworthy, Dave, right? So like, I'm a big proponent of the
Time
fact
out. What was really funny?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Because he doesn't have no fucking heat on the fastball no more, man. None of that fucking special was Dave Chappelle fucking funny. Can we all stop this fucking group delusion that this motherfucker still has good fucking jokes? Can we stop?
Let me
finish.
You're enraged at him, so of course nothing is fucking funny to you.
Right, but
that is literally the definition of gaslighting.
I'm just saying. No,
let me finish.
So your personal a police officer could take his personal feelings on the job, but you can't take your personal feelings into how you evaluate a motherfucker you don't like. Get the fuck out of here, man! Come on,
Mikey. Shut the fuck up. Let Dutch finish his point.
Oh my god!
All right, no, I'm gonna let. I want to hear what Mikey has to say because
thank you.
He's passionate about this. But what I will say, because you did ask a question to me, is just this real quick. The things he said after the interview are what pissed me off the most, when he's doubling down on stuff and defending it in a stupid ass way, like where he said the black community. So I think it was something like a black man can get shot and everybody gets and nobody says shit, but I make a gay joke and everybody's pissed off. I'm like, go fuck yourself, right? That's a stupid ass straw man argument.
That's a false equivalency, fallacy.
But then the other thing is, though, Mikey, is that when I listened to it the first time and he was talking about the part about the stud, I was laughing at that part. I remember, because the way that he did the comedy, I didn't realize that he was talking about. I thought he was talking about a woman, a biological woman who had trans into a man. I didn't realize that he was talking about someone who identified as a woman now, that he was still calling a stud in spite of that. Well, so I didn't realize that at the time. The way that he did it.
Hold on. You're a little off base there, because a stud is a lesbian who portrays or presents themselves more masculine than feminine.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's
why he was saying he didn't know it was a woman at first.
I thought he was talking about the way that I heard it is I thought he was talking about
a trans male,
a trans male who you could call that it's a man. You can call him a stud, right? I didn't know that
that's
term
not
that you just said even existed.
Careful, that's not the term. But more important.
Well, this is my first time hearing it, so I don't get the context. But go ahead.
Okay, that's why we're trying to let you know what's up.
And I lost my point because everybody made me wait. Way to go, Wayne.
Okay, I'll also say this.
Don't worry, I'll get rid of him again.
I was laughing my ass off the first. I laughed more the first 10 to 15 minutes than I did.
Oh, I remember.
Once he started getting to the LGBT community, then my laughs trailed off and it was more cringy. You know,
okay,
because he started off talking about other shit, and then the bulk of his material was about the LGBT community, and it's like, are we still on this? You know what I mean?
So
why are we still on this?
So to piggyback and dissent from what you just said, for what it's worth, right? Remember, he was rocking the blue.
I remember. Oh, I watched that. I still watch it.
And then Mavo said, and then Chip took off. Motherfucker, other cars didn't even know he was racing. Like, there's jokes from that special that you remember because they were jokes and they were unique and they were so out of the park funny.
Well, also because I've watched it like 50 times though.
Right. And how many times have you watched The Closer? Thank you so much.
I don't watch it now because it's so problematic from a certain point on.
Well, there you go. You're proving my point again.
No, you're not. I'm saying that the first 10 to 15 minutes, I was laughing. I don't remember everything like Dutch.
There you go. Because it's not funny anymore.
No, the subject he chose to spend the bulk of his commentary on wasn't funny.
I'm
not going to watch the first 15 minutes.
Wayne, I swear to fucking God, I will do it this time. Wait a second. I'm trying to remember this point.
I'm not going to watch the first 15 minutes 50 times.
Exactly.
So
But
it's not that
there
he's not funny.
oh
He's
my
choosing the
goodness.
wrong content. He is still on this
He's-
shit because his
How
butt hurt about
How
this.
do you know if you're funny or not? It's because people laugh at your content and people remember your content and it becomes a quotable. It becomes
But I didn't
Yeah.
remember
It
for what
becomes-
it's worth the
How-
first time.
it becomes part of the culture.
Right,
Everybody knows
Peria, shut up. Right, how many of you can quote Delirious and Raw?
Right, but I watched it 150,000 times.
Why?
Because it's funny.
Because the whole
Thank
thing was
you.
funny. But
Thank you.
all I'm saying is this.
I'm gonna drop my mic
First
now.
10 to 15 minutes, I was laughing. Then he got to this, and I'm like, okay, here we go again. And it got tedious.
It
Now,
got preachy.
If he chose to spend the last hour on other content, it would be funnier. So it's not that he's not funny anymore. He's choosing the wrong shit because deep down inside, he's hurt. And he needs to fucking work that shit out.
Would you say that content that he was putting out was funny or not? Because the answer is no. So that's what I'm fucking saying. The last
but you said he's not funny. The content he uses was not funny.
His specials are not funny, thus making his comedy not funny. Like now you're doing the semantics.
You're reaching.
No, you're
trying to say he's not funny.
He isn't funny. He hasn't been funny in fucking 4 specials, Haas.
To you,
take the love goggles off. We all respect his old material as GOAT material. The last shit don't even fucking
Gotta get some popcorn.
It doesn't even fucking compare, and you know that shit, man.
But I'm saying
the
content he's chosen.
We all know that
We all
know that Mike Jackson's last album or 2 won shit. And we want
okay, wait.
You know,
okay, now he's gonna fight. Look.
Wait.
Here, let me.
Can we fucking have one fucking fight a year on this goddamn?
Let's not blaspheme in the house of the Lord.
No, because people will start to not hate me and they'll start to hate Haas, and we don't want to make people hate Haas.
All I'm saying is the motherfucker's choosing the wrong shit because he's got a personal animus and a hurt inside of him.
Dutch, you ain't got any worry on that front. You're still a cunt.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, comedy absolutely gets a wider lane, but there is still a lane.
Yes.
Okay. So, like, I think what Chappelle has been doing, and I admit I didn't watch the whole special. I only watched the controversial part because that's what was on YouTube. I didn't see the beginning.
You didn't miss anything because the shit wasn't fucking funny.
So now I do disagree in that I thought that the 8, what was it called? I think it was the time 8 minutes and 42 seconds.
8:56.
Okay.
I think that one I loved that special.
Which, by the way, he dropped in his fucking thing. By the way, his Instagram response. He said, "And no one said anything when I did my 8:56 video."
Right, because there was nothing to say. Well, but
that justified him as a fucking advocate for all is because he fucking chose a moment to fuck whatever.
But what he's doing is he's trying. Here's the thing I respect that I think I'll agree with Mikey on, though. I'll respect what Chappelle's trying to do in a way, not the content, but I'm talking about the delivery. He's trying to create a new type of comedy and not do what he was doing before. He's trying to do something different, and I respect that. But what he's doing is he's like, this is the reason why there's a lot of 90s rap songs and a lot of 90s alternative songs that are very gay phobic, and that I have taken off of my playlist right now by these days, because, when I hear them now, it makes it uncomfortable. There's Cat Williams stuff from years back that is very homophobic. I don't listen to those specials anymore. Right. There's Martin Lawrence stuff that was there's Jeff Foxworthy, a whole bunch of comedians.
Just like we just talked about Delirious and Raw.
Hold on.
Yep.
And Delirious had a whole 20, 30, 40 minutes.
Richard Pryor
can't do now.
Richard Pryor was very fucking homophobic, right? So
and also gay.
But the thing is that his comedy was homophobic. But the thing is that there's a lot of stuff that, like, I'll be like, all right, fine. There's other stuff like, you know what? Even though I still might, and this is the part that's tricky for me, even though I still might hear it and laugh, I don't like the fact that I'm laughing. because I know it should that it's not really funny.
It's like,
but like when you
Herbert the
listen to Delirious and you go back and listen to it, you're still laughing because you laughed at it your whole life, and you're like, man, that part though, I shouldn't be laughing at that shit.
You can't say that shit no more.
You know what I mean? So, and it's like, and it's not that oh, we've turned the world into this shitty ass place and nobody can say anything anymore.
Right.
It's that hey, for
we're
once
more conscious of people's feelings.
Yeah, for once we're trying to be more conscious.
Right.
And
we care more. We care more.
Yeah.
Like, I got a quick
of
thing. Like, one of my favorite songs in the whole world is Big Old Butt by LL Cool J. And I was listening to it Saturday, and the second verse, I'm like, ooh, I forgot that was in there. When he said she's only 17, but yo don't sleep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and Bell Biv DeVoe.
Bell Biv DeVoe.
Backstage, underage, adolescent.
Yes.
Yeah, but
it's like, I didn't think about that at that time.
This is we spoke to this last week on the BIM podcast. The evolution of language.
Stop dropping your shitty ass show.
He's dropping it too.
I'm wearing the fucking
That mug
hat.
is dropping it, dude. He's dropping it. He's like yesterday on the Ben podcast. And,
Wayne, no worry
last
about
week
it.
when I was thinking about the Ben podcast, and the other day I was cooking, and I said, you know what? I can put this recipe on the Ben podcast.
I put my Ben podcast. I put my Ben podcast shirt on as I was on the Ben podcast, thinking about the Ben podcast.
Washing my Ben podcast hat.
Wayne, see how we just got them to do all the advertising.
Exactly. Clip it.
So long story short,
that's the Ben podcast. Everyone, you can find it at the.
You can find it on
www. BYNN podcast.
Oh, he mislabels us. How dare you?
All right, real quick. We'll get to the humidor. Mikey.
Wait,
in about 5 minutes.
I was still speaking.
No, you're done. You're done.
He was already in the middle of a sentence.
Can I
thought he
speak?
was
No, what I was saying.
He's talking about the evolution of language.
I'm a fucking guest.
Okay, here, let's do this real quick. Wayne, 60 seconds. Tim, 60 seconds. Go.
Oh wow! Look at
we got to move on.
Fucking hell. Right? Yeah. No, we were talking about the evolution of language and stuff that we used to say just 10 years ago is not applicable now because we care about other people's feelings and we think
cancel culture.
You know, it's not cancel culture. It's basically I used to say stuff in my teens that I wouldn't say now. Right? So for people in authority to say you can't say that, or you can say this, you can say it's bollocks. We all of our language has evolved. Every one of us. We what's the word? We stop ourselves. Like you were saying, Dutch. You listen to something and you laugh, and then you go, I shouldn't be laughing at that. So you critique yourself. But unfortunately, there's certain elements of this world that want to just continue with that sort of like that diatribe of the past. Unfortunately, there are people that will turn around and say, no, you can't say that anymore. And you've caused offence to them. And you cannot tell someone how offended they are or are not. Right. That's the problem that we've got. And that's my TED Talk.
All right.
Hit it, Tim. Hit it, Tim.
All right, so I have a quote that we should get reaction to. So earlier when I was talking about Bill Maher, I found the quote where he talks about Dave Chappelle. He says, and I quote, "Everyone needs to Netflix and chill the fuck out. How is Dave's special offensive and not the show where Koreans murder each other over money?" And then he says, "I think people jump to conclusions. People haven't seen it. And just because people call Dave transphobic doesn't mean he is. Also, Larry, not a real cable guy." So he's saying that Dave Chappelle is putting on a persona and that is not actually how Dave Chappelle feels.
I have one thing very important to say following that up. When you get on a fucking stage for a fucking Netflix special and you stand there in the clothes that you bought with your own money and you say, I'm Team Turf, there is no redemption.
Wait, does he really understand what that means, though?
I don't fucking care, Haas, because that's fucking wrong. If someone goes out and says on live television, I want to kill all the niggers. It doesn't fucking matter at that point.
What does he know that's what turf means?
What is team
Yes, the
turf?
fuck he does. He has a fucking $1 trillion and no fucking job. Yes, he knows what it fucking means.
What is
he's
team
doing
turf?
it to be fucking edgy. He thinks he's clever and he thinks he's fucking smart. That is dangerous. And
Mikey, can you tell me what that is,
Mikey,
please? I don't know what you're talking about.
Give the listeners and the viewers the definition of what turf means.
A turf is a trans exclusionary radical feminist.
Okay, and what does that mean?
It is where
it means they don't want trans people around women.
They don't turfs don't accept trans women as women. End of.
Okay.
So what about trans men?
I didn't know that.
That's what a turf is. And there were several times where fucking Dave Chappelle, with his infinite fucking money and infinite fucking knowledge, you know how to look up a fucking dictionary and learn the difference between gender and sex, because he kept using the words fucking interchangeably as if they're the fucking same thing. They're not. Dumb shit.
That's true of a lot of people, though. Not just Dave Chappelle. People are stupid.
Can we stop shooting this motherfucker bail because he?
I'm not shooting him bail. I'm saying that's a common mistake.
That is, you are shooting him bail. He is. Do you think there's anything that is not perfectly orchestrated in a Dave Chappelle show? If you think
I'll give you that.
Then I gotta
give you that.
If you think he just came up with that off the top of his head and he was just spitballing, freestyling, then I got a bridge to sell you.
Once again, quoting Bill Maher, don't agree with him.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna real quick. Can someone clip? Can someone clip Tim's comment and just post it on his Facebook page? And let's tank his election. All right. We still have to do the dig. We haven't even got to that yet. This has been a good show. Real quick before we get to the humidor, Haas.
Yes.
Today, 4 years ago today.
Okay.
You, TJ, and I posted our very first podcast.
Hey, happy birthday to you.
So, real quick.
Do you know what today is?
It's our anniversary.
So we brought Wayne on as a proxy for TJ. So I did talk to TJ. I tried to get him. I tried to get TJ on today, but it just so happens there's only one 4-year anniversary. It's today, and he couldn't be here. But he did send a message, said that love you guys, wish I could be there, and he wants to come on very soon. But real quick, I just want to say to all the people who have, we are nearing 10,000 downloads on the audio. I think we're at 9,980 or something like that. So this show will get over 10,000 for the year. That's fucking awesome for the audio. But we need some help on the fucking YouTube part. So real quick, Mikey, how can they, what can they do? Can they support our show? How can they do that part before we get to the humidor? What's their 4-year anniversary present to us?
So what you got to do is you got to go to Dave Chappelle's website and share. No, I'm just kidding. Make sure you guys, if you want to support local, well, not so much because Dutch is a traitor and left us, but if you want to support independent media,
Dutch, you mean Wayne?
Well, you know, Wayne's one of those wrong-uns. So
he's always been gone.
Sorry, I just took my headphones off. Who's the wrong-un?
Oh, where is he?
What? Oh shit! Wayne's back.
Wayne's like, this is God speaking.
But if you like our ragtag group of adventurers through the land of politics and history, by all means, go to patreon.com/digonamerica. Every little bit counts. So if you want to throw us like, I don't know, $5, $1 a month, all that stuff adds up, and all that helps us get new equipment and pay for all the streaming platforms that we have to pay just to make this show and bring it to your face and your earballs, which I think is a thing from a past show.
It is.
But yes, patreon.com/digonamerica helps support independent media so that, you know what, we can start sending Dutch into all of these like rallies like Jordan Klepper. We'll just put him in a Dig on America shirt and just have him.
Klepper.
Dutch. We can send out Dutch Klepper.
I don't think Dutch has that kind of grace, man. He'd get killed.
I go there all the time, just so you know. I've been spending a lot of time on Twitter Spaces in right-wing rooms where it's me against 40, and it's loads of fucking fun. Like everything I say that's like this random normal fact, like people die of COVID, they all do the laughing face.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that today.
So but anyway, 4 years. Thank you to Alan Ellison. Posted a picture of himself in his new Dig on America shirt.
I got you.
And got I think it was retweeted about 190 times or 190 likes or something like that. And we got about 5 new subscribers just off that tweet. So thank you to Alan Ellison. And also Haas, 4 years, brother. It's been a pleasure. I never thought we'd make it 4 years. So much love to Mikey for taking over the reins for TJ. It's been great having you here. Haas, you can start your humidor and your thoughts on the 4 years as you do the humidor. So there he is. Oh, and Ravana and Jackson White also posted their pictures. So thanks to everybody who did that.
Loving the merch.
What did Ravana do today, Mikey?
I tuned into her Twitch stream right before we started, and she has a PO box, and she was just opening random things, and out comes a Dig on America t-shirt, and she was very excited and she was very happy. And I told her, I'm like, well, you need to get your ass back over here. And she's like, I will do that soon. So she'll be back. If y'all liked her, she will be back. And if you didn't like her, still gonna be back.
Fuck you. So she's coming. I have to clarify this with a few people, but we're gonna have our annual bar night day before Thanksgiving. Wayne, Tim, you're invited. If people want to come in and go, Jackson White has been invited. Ravana, Wayne, you're invited. Imran's coming. So
what's Thanksgiving, Precious?
Will you kick him out? All right.
Don't the British have a Thanksgiving? Doesn't the world have a Thanksgiving?
No, we don't have Thanksgiving.
No, they don't have Thanksgiving, man.
It's a world holiday.
No, it's not.
Because America said
it's not. It's really not. You cunts have turkey twice a year.
You're right, Wayne. Hold on.
Christmas.
There we go.
Oh, I don't fuck with turkey. No, we get ham, bitch. Ham
there we
and
go.
chitlins. No, chitlins is New Year's Eve.
Anyways.
Play that music. Mikey, play the music.
Welcome to the Humidor with Big Haas. Find out what Haas is puffing and drinking tonight. If you try his suggestion and you die, that is natural selection. And the DOA podcast is not responsible for you being weak fucking sauce. So now, the one, the only, Big Haas.
Woo! I'm just gonna say, back in the 90s, Jenna would have cleaned up on the chat line.
Girl 6.
Yo, Girl 6 working tonight. I got a new debit card.
Right?
See, now here's the funny thing.
Thank you,
30
Jenna.
years from now, they'll come back and play that part where we just went like that to Jenna, and they'll be like, look at these misogynists.
Right.
And we'll be canceled. So anyway.
And then we'll play them back her voice, and they'll be sitting there like,
oh, you're right. Exactly. Thank you.
I apologize.
You assholes.
They'll be like, yeah, fair dues. Fair dues.
You future SJW assholes. All right, Big Haas, 4 years and humidor. Go.
4 years. God damn.
I'm going to potty.
4 years with this motherfucker here. Dutch and TJ/Mikey. I love it. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. And I have nobody to thank but Dutch, TJ, Mikey, our myriad of guests, and just having the chutzpah to have some difficult conversations, to argue with each other, to talk about things that people don't normally want to talk about in depth like we do. And I'm proud to say that I've had people, and we've had people come to us and say that they've learned things from our podcast. This cobbled together cacophony of chaos at times. And I'm really happy to be a part of it. I thought it would be something that we do through the election of 2016, a little bit after, and be done. But here we are 4 years later, a name change, a co-host change. We went from all audio to live streaming right now. You can see my face. You can see my brick in the back. Come on. Who'd have thunk it? So thank you so much to all our listeners, past and present and future. And here's the 40 more. We'll be holograms. We'll be holograms in 5 years.
Oh yeah. Our first, like Tupac, our first podcast was about Justice League, mumble rap, and Trump.
Fucking mumble rap. Could still go off for an hour on that shit. Anyway. So it is our anniversary. So I am smoking with my pinky up. Now, if you are a cigar enthusiast like me, when I say the name Opus X, your ears perk up. Because
oh my God, my ears have suddenly perked up.
In the cigar world, the Fuente Opus X series is legendary.
Inconceivable.
Legendary.
That is what's spoken about on the tablets.
I've smoked Opus before, but I have not ever smoked this blend. And I'm going to tell you about one that I got in the humidor that I probably won't smoke until one of the kids gets married. But today,
it's a long time.
I am smoking, hopefully, the Fuente Opus X Perfection X. That is the name of this cigar.
Perfeccione.
And when they say Perfection X, the T in Perfection is replaced with an X.
Perfection.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to start off by telling you this is the Cigar Aficionado number 6 ranked cigar of 2014. Okay, it is 6 1/4 in length by 48 ring gauge. So as you can see, it's a little thinner. Like last week, I had a Gordo. Last week, I think it was what 60.
No, you had a fucking Churchill last week.
It was fucking fat. I'm just talking about the ring gauge. So last week it was looking like this,
70.
and this week I'm here.
It was 70.
Now, it was 70.
It was 70. I had scrupulous notes taken.
Now, with this ring gauge, you get a lot more wrapper.
Wrapper. Sorry, teacher. The wrapper is where you get most of the flavor. From the cigar.
Right. So this cigar is a 48. So it's a lot more wrapper, a little less filler, and just a standard binder. Okay. Now this is a puro.
I know what that means, teacher.
Go ahead.
A puro is where the binder.
Not a puro, a puro.
Oh, apologies. I have a upper respiratory infection.
Okay. Go ahead. There,
you unvaxxed fuck.
I got myself.
Go ahead. So a puro is what?
A puro, that is where the binder, the filler, and the wrapper are all from the same country.
That is correct.
Yes.
Now, Mike.
Extra credit.
This puro is from what country?
Oh shit! Wait, Mikey. He'll be right here. Wait a minute. Republica Dominicana.
Nice green
That is
screen.
100% correct. Okay, this is a Dominican puro. So the filler, the binder, and the wrapper.
But I'm not a rapper.
Are from the Dominican Republic. I still use that GIF, by the way, the Savage. Okay, so the wrapper leaves are a Cuban seed shade-grown wrapper leaf harvested from the Chateau de la Fuente wrapper farm. Yes, they have a whole fucking farm just for the wrappers, the wrapper leaves for the Opus X line.
I heard that's down the street from Sammy Sosa's house.
It's actually in the Bonao district, the Bonao Valley of the Dominican Republic.
Is he Dominican? Where is Sammy Sosa from?
I think he is Dominican.
That is correct. Yes.
Holy shit! I made a joke. See, that's comedy, Dave Chappelle. Take some fucking notes.
Oh my God! Can we tax the church already?
And much like Sammy Sosa, when he smokes that cigar, it goes from dark to light.
From brown to ash.
It actually does. I mean, look at that's the same transformation as you go across the screen from right to left. Sammy in 1998, and on the left, Sammy in 2021.
Now, what
Enjoy.
you'll notice also is that this is a very milk chocolate wrapper.
I love you, Mama Waya.
There's one prominent vein right there.
Giggity.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's not. It's got a velvety kind of. It's got a velvety kind of feel to it. That velvety
Wayne's
kind
getting
of feel
excited right now.
has gone away a little bit since I've been smoking it. As you can see, I've got about maybe 1.25 inches left. Pause. Giggity. But as far as this is like a solid medium to full cigar in profile. It's spicy. It's got a little leather to it, a little hint of some sort of coffee bean, maybe espresso or something like that.
Flick the bean.
Nice wood note to it. One of the great cigars. And as you can see, the construction is pretty good. The ash drops off in about 1-inch chunks. Oh, it's flaky though. I was going to show you the ash. I've got about 3 1-inch chunks in my ashtray here. And oh my God. My audio listeners are missing out.
Look at Mikey popping himself. Mikey's popping himself.
Oh my God, Sam!
Where's that?
For the
There
people
is
on
a
the
picture.
audio.
There's a picture up. Pause the humidor for a second. There's a picture up, and if you're not on the live stream, you can't see it. Of Sammy Sosa, Light .0, and I guess that's his wife.
But what's he wearing?
He's got on is it a mariachi suit or a Latin cowboy suit?
No, that's a gaucho.
Is it a gaucho suit? It's a gaucho outfit.
He ain't got the jacket. You gotta have a jacket for a gaucho.
Yeah. Well, I'll say in looking at this picture, I'll say this.
It looks like a Halloween costume for a white kid in the 50s.
Maybe.
No, that's what us Brits see as America. That's it.
Yeah, but he ain't even here though.
No, but draw a picture of American. That's what you get.
Yeah. Then we got the before and after of Sammy Sosa before he bleached his skin. And for this, I'll just say this: you gotta love yourself. And if you hate yourself enough where you're gonna bleach your skin to become lighter, number one, that shows how complete white supremacy and the conditioning has become. And number two, it shows how you can hate yourself and really just really fuck yourself up. Now, from Tons of Mice, Tons says that the outfit that Sammy had on in the picture with the cowboy hat is the official uniform of Santo Domingo. All right, now back to the humidor. Back to the humidor.
Santo Domingo, London.
We don't do that.
So
we have Oktoberfest where we just copy the Germans.
On such an auspicious,
you guys have cricket.
on such an auspicious occasion, I broke out the great cigar, and I also broke out the great whiskey. So I hit him up with the Uncle Nearest, 1856. If you look down at the bottom there, you see it says 100 proof, baby.
He's never offered that. I've been to his home several times. He's never offered me a sniff of that fucking bottle.
Isn't that interesting?
That's because you're that worthless.
It shows where you're at on the pecking order.
I've probably dropped off 4 bottles of liquor to Haas's house, and he hasn't given me a drink of the Uncle Nearest.
He sent me a shot of that through the post.
Yeah. I FedExed you a shot in a plastic bag.
He gave him a Capri Sun full of fucking Uncle Nearest.
It was
when I take a sip of the Nearest with the cigar,
What's it taste like, Haas? I've never had it.
Oh my God, it's got some caramel in it. It's got some.
I love caramel.
It tastes like cinnamon or something.
I love cinnamon.
Oh, it's amazing.
That was my stripper name.
Now the 1856, it does have a little kick to it. The 1884 is a little bit milder.
Oh, so you have multiple of them, and that.
Oh yeah, I got. You got to have the nearest in the collection, brother.
Yeah,
but
what you should have tried is a 1776.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's super male vitality.
So the nearest brings out the spice. It brings out more of the oaky experience of the cigar. But great cigar, great pairing, great smoke. As you can see, it's a thick, billowy type of smoke that comes out even from the lightest puff.
He said billows.
Like that. The price point on these is about $14 a stick.
Giggity.
I need a Quagmire.
You can get a box for about of I think it's 24, 25, maybe it's 20. And you get those for about $240, $230, $240. You know, this is definitely for me a cigar that I wouldn't smoke every day. I smoke it on special occasions or rarely. You know what I mean? Like if I had the whole house to myself for a whole day, I'd probably break one of these out and enjoy it. You know, or for special occasions. As you can see, it's a little wavy though. You see that? It's a little wave to the burn line there. You know, and I've been talking with my hands and stuff like I'm a half Italian or something, but
racist.
Great cigar. Italians talk with their hands. Come on, man. They say it themselves.
Stereotyper.
Who is they?
Yeah.
Those people say it themselves.
What are they?
But
Giggity.
as far as the leaf rating,
why is he sideways?
Yeah, you gotta rotate that.
The image was too large. I had to get the whole thing in there.
Whoa,
All right, rating.
But I would give this a 4.85.
Giggity.
Because the experience of the cigar is very consistent throughout. You don't get a whole bunch of fluctuation in the profile of the experience, you know. So I give it about a 4.85. I don't like the wave of the burn line, and I would hope there was a little bit. It's not super complex. I would hope that it would be a little bit more toothy, but it's not. So, you know, but it's still a phenomenal cigar. Great smoke.
That too is sexual.
And I would definitely watch it, smoke it again.
All right. So one of the highest scores cigars ever. All right. So I'm going to make a executive decision here.
Like he does every time.
We won't do the dig today because we're already at 2 hours and I mean, I know I don't know.
I got to be up at 5. I got to be up at 5 hours.
So we'll do that dig. I already have next week's done, so maybe we'll do it in 2 weeks. It's on private prisons, by the way. So it's definitely something what we want to talk about. But I do want to hear this, though. Last week, I asked you guys to talk real quick about your thoughts on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Not wanting to get vaccinated, and you ignored me. So
we did talk about it. You should watch the whole show instead of being on a plane.
When I edited the show, I didn't hear that part at all. So if that's on there,
we specifically talked about it, but it's cool.
Really? Because I went through the podcast twice and I didn't hear anywhere. So it must have been a quick thing.
We did.
All right. So never mind then. I'll tell you what. Tim,
no, it didn't happen. Remember, so let's talk about it.
No, it's fine. I'll go back and double listen again. Tim.
But it's been updated. Bring it back up. Because more things have happened since.
I don't like seeing Mummy and Daddy fight. Stop it.
Shut up, you little prick.
Go upstairs and read a book.
So we are breaking right now that
read a book.
That Tobey Maguire is absolutely in Spider-Man No Way Home. No, we're not breaking that. All right.
But Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, go ahead. What updated on it? I didn't see an update.
they're gonna trade his ass.
That'd be good.
It's happening. Like it's Woj. If you guys don't know who Woj is,
Wojnarowski.
Adrian
Wojnarowski.
He is the #1 NBA insider on earth. He has all the scoops. He has all the tea, all the dirt, all the everything. It looks like there might be a Philly Brooklyn trade happening.
Interesting.
We'll see.
For a Ben Simmons and a Kyrie Irving.
Did you say Ben Podcast Simmons?
But if he won't get vaccinated, he's not going to do him very well in Philly either, isn't he?
But it will do them a lot of good because at least he'll be able to play the home games because that is a New York mandate, not a federal mandate. They do not have that mandate in Pennsylvania, which is where the 76ers play.
Wayne, go ahead. And by the way, your light's so bright we couldn't see what your hat said. So fuck off, piss off, you cunt. All right, now.
Oh, there you go.
Still
mate.
can't read it. Haha.
That's okay. I got the black version.
Yeah, the black one shows up.
Hey, knock them out the chat real quick.
All right, use your mouth. Use your mouth, Wayne. We don't want to see your hat.
Whoa, giggity.
Use your mouth, Wayne.
I have a question.
From Wayne, from
you
Haas's favorite.
You want me to go real deep? You want me to go real? Okay, right.
Oh
okay.
God, no. All right, you can't put it up on the screen without reading it.
What is
Lord
it, Kyrie?
Wanker lives at the North Pole. Do you know Santa? From Tons of Mice.
They don't believe in Santa in England.
It's called Father Christmas.
For the uninitiated, Kyrie Irving is a point guard in the NBA. He used to play with LeBron James on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then he took a couple of years in Boston where he immediately got hurt. And then he is now on the Brooklyn Nets with Kevin Durant, James Harden, fucking Blake Griffin. They have an all-star cast over there, and they were supposed to be the super team coming out of the Eastern Conference in the NBA. Things became awry last year when the super team was formed after Kyrie Irving got hurt, didn't play, and James Harden got hurt, didn't play, and they had one superstar and a bunch of role players, and they still made it to the playoffs, but they didn't have enough firepower to win the East against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. This year was supposed to be the year that they took it, and now Kyrie Irving won't get his goddamn shots.
Whoa.
Mikey, you kind of answered my question, so I appreciate that because I know
Is
you.
Anybody familiar with CSI New York?
Yeah.
Apparently, and this just came across my phone as a news item. I haven't clicked on it. CSI New York actor Michael Beals arrested for vandalizing George Floyd statue in New York City.
New York.
Wow.
Not for nothing.
Somebody please look that up because all I had was the banner and it's gone.
Yeah, I heard about that, but I don't watch that show, so I didn't care.
Yeah, and it's in a different country to me, so I don't give a shit.
Wow.
Unless we're invaded, unless we're invaded it.
Shut up, Wayne.
It's what we do. We've got form.
We learned our lessons from your fucking Falkland Islands. But thoughts, everybody around the horn about Kyrie and his unwillingness to get vaccinated?
Knob.
If you don't get the shot, you don't play.
So I mean, in the end, the NBA team is a private business, and they may have rules. And if they choose to make their rules in accordance with the state mandate or state law, and you don't want to abide by it,
the only place where I'll push back on vaccine mandates is in one minor way, and that is, I'm not a fan of all these religious and medical exemptions because I think they're all fucking bullshit. However, if you do have active antibodies from having COVID recently and you do the antibody tests and you have them, I think that you're fine until those antibodies are gone, and then you should.
They don't necessarily go. What happens is they drop down, and then there's two other factors besides antibodies that work in concert with the antibodies. And I don't know the technical names off the top of my head, but I was just reading about it. That also drop. And if you don't have those three things together in a good enough quantity, it doesn't matter. The virus will overwhelm that system of defense. So it's 3 layers of defense, but they all drop if you've had COVID and you haven't gotten vaccinated. Now, studies have shown, and I'm gonna find the links and get them out on our chat or something. Studies have shown that if you get vaccinated, those levels stay higher than if you had COVID but you're unvaccinated. The antibody levels and these 2 other factors, those levels in your body stay a little higher. Okay,
that's fair enough, but I don't think that really flies in the face of really my point. But the
of course not.
Yeah, but the because the point really is that if you have the antibodies, then I think that should count. But if you don't have the antibodies,
you have the antibodies, but they're not in a great enough quantity. If you don't have the other 2 in a great enough quantity, that's your ass.
Right, and that's why you take the T whatever they call it, the T cell test or whatever it's called.
It's not the T cells.
No, there's a name for it. It starts with the letter T. I forget what it is off the top of my head. But the you take that antibody test, and then whatever you said, Mikey, it didn't come through. I think you're on mute.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes, Tyrannosaurus Rex test. By the way, I saw films that the films that made us on Jurassic Park. Absolutely astonishing show. If you're not watching that on Netflix, it's worth a watch. They have the toys that made us. They talk about like G.I. Joe, He-Man, Barbie, and then they do the movies that made us or films that made us. I forget which it's called. And I'm gonna watch the Halloween one when we're done. So, oh, and by the way, happy fucking Halloween to everyone in London.
What are you talking about? They're not 3 days ahead of us. What is wrong with you? How big do you think the Earth is, Dutch? Are you a flat earther?
I didn't say it was today, you ass.
Dutch, let's dial it back a bit. Listen, Dutch, listen, Sunbeam, right? We are the prime meridian. We invented most of the shit.
The prime meridian.
He says that everybody drink. He said it.
You assimilated so much that it's all yours. I get it.
Okay, why do you think there's the Far East and the West? Because we invented it.
Proximity to you.
Because you don't fucking know how to.
You invented it with your white supremacy. Thanks for letting us know again.
Thank you, you half white supremacist fuck. Tim, how can people find and support your campaign?
Before Tim says that, I just want a moment of transparency. I'm 25% less English than Wayne. And it hurts me to my core.
But if you have one drop,
I have one drop of that colonial blood.
We don't have the one drop, Rob. We got rid of that. We bin that off.
You binned it off. Speaking of,
can we get them both out of here? Tim, tell us about your.
All right. So, campaign's almost over, so don't bother giving me any more money. I don't need it.
There's a first from a candidate,
right? Nah, it's too late.
Trump is still collecting.
You mean your website isn't auto doubling people's donations?
Right. Trump is still campaigning for the 2020 election now.
I know.
In that case, can I get Tim? Can I get a refund?
Absolutely not. Wayne, if you donated to my campaign, then I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm just saying that right now.
Oh.
We're not allowed to accept foreign donations. It's a whole big thing.
But he ran into his cousin over here in Arkansas.
Cousin Ray Ray.
Let me get my PayPal.
His friend Lane Winch donated a bunch of money.
No. I sent it to Tim Cardiff.
But if you want to check out my campaign's Facebook page, it's Tim for Stratford, Facebook.com. I also have an Instagram that's Tim 4 7th. That's a district I'm running for.
The number 4 of the word.
7th. Yeah, the word 4. So it's Tim, the word 4 7th. Let's see. Is there any other?
So it's Tim
Speaking
FOR the number 7TH, right?
Hey,
Yeah,
don't forget to break them off with your OnlyFans, Tim.
let them know. Let them know where to find it.
Right. OnlyFans.com/grilled cheese for your booty.
Yeah, and if you want to look up, my grilled cheese truck, it's themeltingtruck.com. It's also Melting Food Truck on Facebook, all that good stuff. And if you want to go to my podcast, which hasn't been on the air because I've been so busy.
No, we don't want to go there. Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking from the Center. Facebook.com/Speaking from the Center. We have the what is it called? The Twitch. We have that too. And the
what
YouTube.
is it called?
The Twitch.
The Twitch.
I'm gonna go out.
It's called Tourette's.
Is that where you go like? Is that where you start going like this, like Tourette's syndrome?
And that's that's all my stuff. Hopefully I win on Tuesday. We'll find out. I don't know. I think I got a good shot. A lot of people like me, and a lot of people don't like my opponent.
A lot of people like me. I'm kind of a big deal.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I put on a Renaissance fair this past weekend.
Well,
a one-man Renaissance fair?
That'll win you a lot of elections. Great job.
Hold on, let me get my loot. I'm gonna play something for you.
Did you do some Morris dancing?
Did you do some LARPing?
It was a Shakespeare Renaissance fair.
Okay. Ooh, right up Wayne's alley.
Right up Wayne's alley, yeah.
Right up his Downton Abbey.
But it was the first. It was the first Renaissance fair in Stratford in forever.
It was full of racism and sexism.
Exactly.
And molestation everywhere. It was gross.
Stratford used to have a Shakespeare Globe Theater that got burned down 2 years ago. So we've been doing things in the space before it gets rebuilt into something else. But it was fun. A lot of people came, and we're going to do it again next year.
Yeah.
A lot of people came.
A lot of people came, and we're going to do it again next year.
Yeah.
Flip that.
You had a chance until you came on this show.
I know.
A lot of people came in the globe.
Okay.
And I will be your city bukkake expert.
Whoa.
All right. So we're going to have to do something just for the listeners out there. Haas has some scheduling conflicts, but we have some guest booked. So Haas is probably going to be joining the show definitely for next week. Haas is going to be joining the show late. We're going to see if we can move some things around a little bit, but so just keep that
move it all around
in mind. So with that being said, get us to 10,000 subscribers. We're only at like 290 right now. So
I don't get sign off. All right, fair enough.
You can get us. Well, Wayne's on the show, so we can get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the show. I'll tell you what. If we can get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of October, I will give a random subscriber a PS5.
Or I can mute Dutch and Wayne can talk about what he's got going on.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mikey. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm over here from another podcast that Mikey does. I'm not really sure what it's called.
The kitchen cabinet.
Look at my kitchen cabinets though. Look how magnificent they are.
Wayne, your fridge is open.
Shut up, Mikey.
Is that a sex toy on the countertop? My God.
No, Dutch, that's the ladle.
Anything's a sex toy if you're brave enough.
Why does it have duct tape wrapped all over it?
Look, all of my kitchen utensils in my kitchen caddy are there. You can use them for whatever you like, but I use them for cooking.
Caddy? You mean your fucking big ass cup? That's a cup.
It's a caddy. That's where you put your utensils.
My cup coming.
Oh my God.
Dutch, you don't want to get into this with Wayne. He calls everything the wrong thing and has the nerve to fall back on his, we invent you. And it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Look, you know what I love, though? I love that when I watch your guys' show, Wayne, one thing I will say, you and I play the same role to Mikey. Just
The
so
heel.
you know.
I love being the heel. I love being the heel.
And some people don't realize that I kind of try to do it on purpose. I think you do too. So 100%. Not every time, but once in a while I'm like, this will trigger Mikey. Let's say this.
But the thing is, then we, with our show, we then tend to tag team on Jartan when Jartan is.
That is correct.
Being a knob.
That is correct. Which is quite frequent. So
where's tons of mice to clip that?
We tag team Jartan. No.
How dare you?
I should have taken myself off.
I'm not fucking the dog. I'm just holding his head.
Why?
Wow. Homophobia.
Go ahead. Tell them about our show now. After you said that, God.
So tonight, we go live on Twitch, YouTube, and possibly Facebook, depending.
No Facebook.
No, we're not doing the Facebooks. So 8 p.m. Prime Meridian time.
No, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Don't you mean like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? That's the real time.
2 p.m. Central Time.
And
because
then
we're in the center, which is why we're the most important.
And then 12 noon in the West Coast for Brenner, our fellow host. And we'll be. Yes.
What time will it be in Narnia or wherever?
In Narnia,
Wayne broadcasting from his silver chair.
In negative 58 o'clock.
In Narnia, there is no
from
time.
The back of the lion.
in Narnia, time is a concept that we do not subscribe to. So yeah. Although that's where Jartan is, to be fair.
So if I can say one thing about Tim and Wayne, I know Tim's been here 1,000 times, and Wayne, this is your first time. It is always great to have fellow broadcasters on the screen, on the tube, on the pod with us, because that's how you know that this shit is not scripted and not fake. They have done nothing but disagree with us this entire time. So everyone calling us an echo chamber. Here's two of our bestest buds who don't agree with anything that we have to say.
Both of whom, by the way, invited themselves on the show today.
Yeah, I totally did. I was like, Dutch, you've had candidates on all month. How about you put a real one on?
Because we don't want corrupt candidates on like you.
Dutch. I'm going to call you out.
Allegedly corrupt.
That is complete fake news, because Mikey invited me when I said, I'm in the chat. He said, do you want to jump on? I went, all right, give me a minute. I've got to set up my rig. So
that's not
fake
the message
news.
I got. Message I got that says at 8:05 p.m. Wayne wants to come on.
Come on, bro.
He's begging to come on.
Go back in the chat. Go back in the chat. I just said I'm here. I just said I'm here.
But why you dry snitching? He ain't even ask you. Damn, you telling on me for no damn reason.
No, bollocks. I ain't fucking having it.
He's not trying to look. He's not trying to look needy. It's okay.
I literally woke up, right?
Please, Oliver, please, sir, can I come on the podcast?
Wayne's bigger and stronger, man. Be careful. He's trying to plan a trip out here.
Listen here, you daft racist. Right?
Oh, wow.
I literally woke up. I saw I was the second person in chat and went, I'm here. And then I got a message from Mikey saying, do you want to come on? I went, give me a minute. I'll set up my rig. Right? Because it takes a minute. Because all this shit that I've got here is not permanently set up. I have to get my laptop out. I have to get my lights out. I have to get my mic out, my boom out.
Like the rest of us?
No, but mine's not permanently set up.
He's got little people.
Yeah.
I want Trevor Noah to have a conversation with Wayne so he can do a Wayne impersonation. Can we hook that up?
I'll just bell him up because we all know each other.
Yeah. If I the Caucasity Dutch.
The biracial network. They just have they all have like a number they text.
That's what we do.
They're on the same group in Facebook.
Hang on, let me get my phone.
Biracials unite on
Trev,
Facebook.
Trev, we up to, sunshine?
Well,
That's not how it works.
I know you're on the Daily I know you're doing the show live right now, but hang up the phone. The biracial network needs you. Steph Curry. Steph Curry, get him on here too.
Steph Curry is not biracial.
Yeah.
You know what happened was Wayne called him and he said,
really?
He said, Wayne, it's 1:30 in the morning. Why the fuck are you calling me?
Yeah.
What Chef? I always call him Chef. Chef Curry is not biracial. Klay Thompson is biracial. Son of the famous Showtime Laker, Michael Thompson.
Yep, with the Y.
Yep.
I don't know what any of those people are.
Dutch remembers Michael Thompson.
Yeah. Mikey, take us home, please, sir. It's time to go.
Well, it's been fun. It's been real, but I wouldn't say it's been real fun. So again, guys, go to patreon.com/digonamerica to support this little podcast that could. Thank you guys for 4 years of awesomeness. We love you. We will miss you. So for Big Haas, Jason Dutch, Tim, the Wayne Maker, and myself, Mikey, we'll see all of you knobs next week. Bye.
Wake up. Middle Earth sucks.